And we are back, hopefully feeling a lot better after our New York Knicks were able to pull it out. So we don't have to come here with our heads held low this time. We don't have to come here for this game today with our heads held low. The Knicks saved Memorial Day weekend. I hope y'all had a good time this weekend. Tomorrow's Monday, right? We all got the day off tomorrow, so we're still chilling. We're still chilling. Just Dad said tomorrow nap time again before the game is good luck. Best believe I normally take naps before the game. You can see I come out with far more energy for Knicks games because I have a vested interest in who wins those games. And I put out far more energy in those shows than I do in shows like here where I'm just going to sit down, especially this late into the season. Um, People who really come into the chat to watch or come to the shows outside of Knicks games to watch these are really just us hanging out talking about the game anyway. So doesn't make a ton of sense to put in the same amount of energy into those games. But today is Monday. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. Today's Monday. Today is Monday. I forgot. I thought today was Sunday. This whole time I'm thinking, cool, got off tomorrow. Awesome. Cool. Cool, I'm a day behind. That's awesome. Tuesday, tomorrow, game 4. Yes. Yes. Now, Dimitri, what's up, Niall? Mike, what's up, Mike? Bernard Johnson, Shot College. Rolando, of course, was popping, everybody. Well, we got the game tomorrow. We know it's every other day. So I may not know what exact day it is, but I do know we got Knicks tomorrow. So we're locked in and ready to go anyway. Locked in and ready to go anyway. As far as the pre-game nap before the game, that happens most of the times. The reason why I only mentioned it yesterday was because it was like a 2.5-hour nap, which obviously is not normal. I did not mean for that. I did not intend. I napped at, I was like, all right, let me lay down, put my head down at 5 o'clock because I'll be able to nap. Then I'll be able to get up, do some stuff, and then kind of get myself energized and rallied up for the game, and then I'll be ready to go. And then I woke up at 7:30, like 7:15, 7:30, and was like, oh, I gotta go. I have to go. I did not mean to sleep until half an hour before the game tipped. That will not happen again, but I will take the nap. I will take the nap. Maybe it will happen again. Who knows? But I don't know what it's been these last couple of days, but I've been more tired than usual. Maybe these games are wearing on me. I don't know. I don't know because they are obviously higher intensity than the regular season. It's every other day. Plus, we're doing these shows in between for the Western Conference Finals. But there's really been very few days off or very few nights off. We're locked in. We're ready to go. Right? We're going as hard as the Knicks are going every night. Every night. Mike said, I got to say, I was doubtful about last night's game, but we pulled it out. My apologies for losing the faith. You don't have to apologize for it. Sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes it happens. Part of the reason why I'm here, Mike, is so that when it does happen, when the faith is lost, I can pull you back in, right? I'm going to throw the life raft out there. It's up to you to grab onto the life raft. I can't do it all for you. But I'll throw the life raft out there to pull you back to have the faith for the team, right? I can do that for you. Nick Yak said, Brunson getting crap today is ridiculous. They had to wait to get a bad game and jumped on it. Ridiculous. I think some of the criticism is somewhat justified in this sense. Brunson is not a very good defender. I think how bad a defender he is can sometimes be a bit overplayed. He's decent. He's a decent one-on-one defender. He's just got bad size. The thing that he's not good at is closing out. And the Pacers made him pay for that in the last game over and over and over again. I think the offensive criticisms are way overblown. Way overblown when people are like, oh, he dribbles the ball too much and nobody else is getting in rhythm. Part of the reason why nobody else is getting in rhythm is because Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns are the only people on the team to create advantages for themselves and anybody else. And when they start off the game and Karl-Anthony Towns isn't as aggressive as he is because like we're warming ourselves into it, Jalen Brunson is like, cool, give me the ball. I'll play because I'm ready to go. All 4 quarters, all 48 minutes that I'm out there, I'm ready to go. I don't have to warm myself into it. I don't have to do all of this, right? So the offense is going to primarily run through Brunson. And throughout the regular season, the game opens up and we primarily run our offense through Brunson. And then when Brunson comes off to start the second quarter, that's when we're like, okay, cool. Now we're going to play through Towns. Playing through Towns is hit or miss, right? Carlton Towns had 4 points going into the fourth quarter. He played multiple stretches without Jalen Brunson on the court. And he wasn't as aggressive as he was to start the fourth quarter because fourth quarter hit and it's like, it's do or die time. You better put up a shut-up. You're the $50 million man on this team right now. Go get him. Go get us a bucket. You're the all-star, all-NBA center. Go get us a bucket. And so that's kind of where that situation came from. But I think there's some merit to some of the criticism, but way overblown. Way overblown. Give me the goddamn ball. Get the hell out of the way. Let's hoop. Bridges knocked down the open shots that Brunson generated for him time and time again and didn't knock any of them down. Anunoby be more aggressive. Towns be more aggressive. It's on everybody. It's on everybody. Keenhara, what's up, Keenhara? I'm thinking Brunson and Cat kind of can't be on the court too much together because the defense really suffers. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, there's nuance to it, and I know you know, but yes, for the most part, yes. I think in this series in particular, with the way Indiana plays offense, with the ball movement that they have and all the communication that needs to go on, like, you need to lean on more of your defensive guys, like McBride, like DeLon Wright, who's now finally in the rotation. Those two guys, I think, are going to play prominent roles off the bench. I think you don't have to lean on Jalen Brunson for 44 minutes a night, high 30s, 38, if he's really got to go and get him into the 40s. But you can lean on a Deuce McBride, especially with the way he's been playing. The confidence is peaking again. And when the confidence peaks for Deuce McBride, he's really one of those guys. And then similarly for DeLon Wright, I mean, he's a vet who knows what he's doing. Thank goodness we finally sent the campaign minutes out the window. Get those out of here. Been dying to get those out of here. We've been calling it for large portions of the season, especially since we acquired DeLon Wright to begin with. It was like, cool, can we try that guy? Because I think I like that guy in the rotation better than I like campaign. Just that said, see the team staff come through the tunnel after the game. Rick was fired up. I mean, they should be. They saved their season. Frank, what's up, Frank? Frank Juarez. Here we go. We're getting ready for the tip. Just that said, Friday didn't feel good. It was the Siakam game. True. Very true. Very true. Daniel Berry Sports. What's up, Daniel Berry Sports? MBM. What's up, MBM? Here we go. Minnesota wins the tip. Let's see how they respond after a dominant Game 3. Gobert being guarded by Harnstein. Trying to get it to Anthony Edwards and Lou Dort in full denial. Coming to us right off a Gobert screen. Gets it over to Gobert. He's coming down the lane. Gets blocked. No foul call. Gobert's looking for a whistle. He's not going to get it. Here comes SGA coming down. Kicks it out. Is that J-Dub right corner 3 and he splashes it. Already a significantly better response from the Thunder here. Ooh, 3 points to the wrong side. My bad. Rob Jaworski, what's up, Rob? Randall on the left wing, attacking, mid-range pull-up jumper. Okay, Julius. I like to see it. I like to see Julius getting it going early. J-Dub, foul line, pull up, over Gobert. J-Dub, quick 5 points. Quick 5 points for J-Dub. McDaniels, spinning, step back, fall away. He got it to go. All right, we're trading baskets. Looking like tonight might actually be a good game. Yeah, said his plus minus is so far better than his negatives, which is bad. Name another guard they didn't have assists besides Halliburton, 1 more assist. No, Brunson is the star player of the team. He's the best player on the team. But you need to be able to make adjustments based on the series. And leaning more towards your defensive guys is smart. I'm not saying play Brunson 30 minutes a night. I want JB playing high 30s, if not low 40s. But you need to be able to mix and match some of your defensive guys in there, which is why it never made sense to play Campaign in that series. Never made sense. Conley missed a 3, by the way, so here we are. It's 5-4. SGA settles for a pull-up 3 over Gobert. He can't get it to go. Chet Holmgren comes flying in for a rebound, attacking to the basket, and lays it up and in with the right hand. Mike said Knicks seem to wing it on offense more than others, than not as opposed to having set plays for certain players. Very few teams have set players for every. Here's how the NBA works, Mike. Every team has a handful of set plays for certain players, and that's it, right? As opposed to high school or college or most other organized basketball leagues, the NBA has the 450 best basketball players in the world. And so there is no set play that you can run more than 2 or 3 times that'll yield good results. And so what you have are offensive systems. Holmgren can't get the layup to go. Hartenstein comes flying in over the back. They get it back to Hartenstein. He's going to kick it out. It's tied at 7. They swing it out. Dort for a 3. Comes up well short. Long rebound. Hartenstein picks it up. Dort's going to drive it in. Pump fake, leans in, draws the foul, McDaniels. What the NBA has is offensive systems. And so the whole idea of the offensive system in the NBA is to put your players in positions where their skill sets can be taken advantage of, right? So if you have a shooter, the offensive system is to run that shooter around multiple screens. It's not necessarily a set play that he's going to run off of this guy and then curl around and then come back around and run off of this guy. It's kind of just known that, hey, when we're in this kind of set in the half court, he's going to run the baseline, and then you're going to come up and set the screen. And so we have this action going on in the background where we're running action up top, and hopefully we can get him open for a 3. But that's not necessarily what the play is for. It's just an action set up for us to kind of yield a good result where it's either an open 3 for our movement shooter coming off the screens, or for our ball handler coming down, a moving screen on Randall going the other way, not what you want to see. OKC did split the free throws. Right? And so if you look at the Knicks, what the Knicks offense is, and I've made fun of the Knicks offense and that what it simply is give the ball to my best player and tell everybody else to get the hell out of the way. And for the most part, it is. But what it really is that Brunson's an elite isolation player, one of the best isolation players in the NBA, as SGA throws it away, and McDaniels would get a big 2-handed slam and a foul on Chet Holmgren. Oh my goodness, posterized his ass. What was I talking about? The offensive system? What the Knicks offensive system is, right? So the spots on the court you want Brunson attacking are out of the pick and roll with either Towns or Robinson. What you want Brunson attacking is out of the pick and roll with a good screener. And Towns isn't the greatest screener. Robinson is a little bit better, but he's also not the greatest screener. So oftentimes it's hard for Brunson to create separation. So sometimes it may just be better for him to go one-on-one and maybe get his guy into the post with a Barkley back down. Right? Because that's where, as Jalen Williams knocks down another 3, that's where he's most effective, right? Because if he has it in that mid-range area with his back to the basket, then he's in a situation where you're forcing a guy to guard him one-on-one, which is very difficult for most NBA players to do. And so what it will usually cause the defense to do is to now the defense has to overreact to it, and then maybe they bring a double team, and then you play, right? Tom Thibodeau talks about get 2 on the ball. The game will tell you what to do. That's kind of the sense of what he's going to, right? When it comes to Towns, what the team wants to get him doing is, 1, pick and pop 3s, except that they don't run him off of any screens because Tom Thibodeau doesn't see him as a movement shooter. He kind of sees him as a set shooter, which, or playing him out of the mid to low post. They've kind of worked in a little bit of working him in the hub in that Hartenstein area that they had him in last year. And so it's a lot of kind of just finding where do we want these guys to get the ball And so that's kind of just what the system is. And so sometimes it could just look like, hey, we're just giving the ball to Brunson and he's going one-on-one, when it's really like, well, do we think that these guys can guard him one-on-one? Not really, right? McDaniels knocks down an open three. Yak said, Mitch, 0.8 turnovers this year in a career average. Is that Lou Dort for a three? Now we're trading baskets. Now we're going back and forth. 14-13. Susan, what's up, Susan? Gobert with the offensive rebound and putback. They're getting beat up on the boards right now. Both teams getting after it. Chris Rowe, what's up, Chris Rowe? Yak said, we only gave up 100 points. What did Brunson do wrong? I think Tom just kept the hot hand in as long as he's going good and fans reading more into it. He was bad defensively. They were picking on him, Yak, and he picked up 5 fouls because they were picking on him defensively. They got him in rotation and forced him to guard in space and communicate and be a they forced him to communicate and get him in rotation and force him to close out on guys, and they took advantage of that because he's not a good rotation player. It's overblown that, like, oh, they didn't play him in the fourth quarter. Like, they put him back in, and it, kind of like at the perfect time. 2.5 minutes left, I think he came in, or the last 2 minutes or so came in. They needed defense at the time, and like you said, they played the hot hand, and that's just good basketball. Like, we called for that in game one, where we were like, hey, maybe leave Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson in, and then he pulled them out and he brought Brunson, Bridges, and Towns back in, and it was like, oh, I don't know about this. Same time, you don't want to leave your best players out of the game, right? I don't think it was a bad decision in either game, right? Like in game one where he, as Gobert, blocks the Chet Holmgren dunk attempt. OKC calls a timeout. 18-17. Halfway through this first quarter, and they're going back and forth. This might actually be the first, like, really good high-level game of the series. Yak said, I think he goes back to the 8-man with Mitch starting and Wright replacing Payne. I think you throw Landry Shaman back out there again. The also adjustment that I think you make against this Pacers team is, like, you go deeper into the bench because they play so fast. They play with so many players they throw in there. It's like you have to kind of match the pace. I know there's a lot of talk about slowing them down. You can only slow them down so much. You kind of have to match the pace in certain scenarios. And in doing that, you need to go deeper into your bench. And I think Shamit is good enough to hold his own in, 10 minutes, right? Same with DeLon Wright. So. Shot College, what's up, Shot College? Gobert beating up on Harnstein. Taylor's oldest time. Harnstein struggling in the playoffs to guard. Praying on that man's downfall. Dutch B, what's up, Dutch B? Minding people to hit the like button. I appreciate you. Silent until tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be, again, the biggest game of the season for the Knicks. It will continue to be the biggest games of the season for the Knicks. Right? It will continue. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Zero tolerance, Bully Ken. What's up, Zero? I wish I could listen a Knicks game this calm, normal heart rate, no stress. Now, man, if you care, it's always going to be there. Always going to be there. Right? When you care about the team. You know, I said Julius and Iheart both looking bad. Yeah, it's early in the game. Harnstein a little bit more just because his role is like hustle, defense, and rebounding, and if you're kind of getting beat at that game, it's rough. Randall's just missed a couple of shots. Right? He knocked down his first shot of the game, and now he's missing a couple of shots. Yeah, I said we give him 100 points. It was never that bad with Brunson. They missed a lot of makeable shots. And Brunson picking up the 5 fouls was bad. It was bad. They shot 20% from 3, and I agree. I think it's been overblown and whatnot, but there are adjustments and there are lessons to be taken from that Game 3 win. Here we go. We're back into it. 5:30 to go. J-Dub driving it down. He's been the best player on the court so far, and he continues his excellent play. Knocks down a running lefty layup. His dad 5 for 25 from 3. I think the best stat about that is they only took 25 threes. Edwards down the lane, gets caught in the air by Caruso. Excellent defense. McDaniels picks it up. How is that not a foul in Lou Dort? It is a foul in Lou Dort. I was about to say, he ran right into the legs of McDaniels and tripped him up. Okay, so we needed the defense out there because our scoring was pretty bad. Brunson was also kind of all over the place offensively. So, even if his defensive struggles were a bit overblown, bad defenders need to make up with their bad defense by being excellent offensive players. And we know Brunson's an excellent offensive player, but he was having a bad offensive night last night. Naj Reid loses the hand on the ball, another turnover. And Holmgren has it up top. SGA has it in the right corner, being guarded by Devo. Backing him down in the lane. Pump fake goes up off glass, got it to go. A lot of contact. He's looking at the ref, but he's not getting a call. And they're letting them play. They are letting them play. Randall loses the handle on the ball. And he turns it over. Here comes J-Dub pushing the other way. Naj Reid will pick him up, and he loses the handle out of bounds, going back. No, they're going to say it's going to stay with the Thunder. Yak said, how many makeable shots did we miss? It always goes both ways. You're right about that. But your mindset has to be that they're going to make every makeable shot and we'll miss some of them, right? That has to be your mindset. Mike said the refs didn't kill us either. There was some not great calls both ways, like most games, but I think the Knicks got the short end of the stick overall. Victor Marquez, what's up, Victor? Pacers, Aaron, ankle out for Game 4. Pacers making adjustments. I don't know who they're bringing in. He'll play, Victor. He'll play Game 4. He's questionable. He was listed as a game time decision, then was doubtful, then was questionable. He's going to play. He came back and went back into the game in Game 3. He'll play in Game 4. It's Game 4 of the conference finals. He'll play. Will he be limited? Will he not be able to move as well? Who knows? We'll see. You just assume that he'll be perfectly fine. That has to be your assumption. And if he's not, then cool. You could adjust from there. But your assumption has to be that he's going to be ready to go. Yak said, our scoring bad, so you keep Brunson out like he doesn't just get hot. It was 5 fouls that got him to the bench, and we played good, and Tom wrote it. Nothing else. You can't look at it that way. You can't look at it that way. Because he could have brought him in with 5 minutes to go. Could have brought him in with 6 minutes to go. But he waited and brought him in with, like, I think when he brought him in was 1 minute and 49 seconds to go. Like, last 2 minutes of the game. Right? You're right, he rode the hot hand on the bench, but, like, that's your best player. Right? And that's the closer, the clutch player of the year. He wasn't having a good game. So Tom Thibodeau was like, I don't know if I want to put him back in. Not playing great defensively. He's hacking and whacking, and he's putting them on the line, and he's not making shots. Now, when he got into the game, he did his thing. Scored 2 baskets, 4 points in the last 2 minutes to keep the Knicks with the lead, and we pulled it out. But both things are true. It was a bit overblown, but you can't just overlook it as if there was nothing wrong with the way they played last night. Justin Dad said, big shot opportunity with 5 seconds left in the game. Neesmith will be in. He will. He's likely going to start. He'll be ready to go. Yeah, they said it was sore today, like expected. Yeah, he rolled that thing. He rolled that so much so that he had to leave the game and come back in, or had to leave the game and go back to the locker room. So, you know, like, it hurts. Here we go. We're back into it. Timberwolves used the challenge there, and they won it. They won the challenge. Interesting that they used the challenge that early in the game. DiVincenzo has it at the foul line and gets caught in the air. What are you jumping in the air for, Devo? Comes SGA bringing it down the other way. SGA has it up top, spinning to his right, has it at the foul line. Now he's got 2 feet in the paint. Stop, turn, fall away midi. Got it to go. Just works his way to his spot. It's crazy. It's crazy time and time again. All of a sudden, a 7-point lead for OKC is opened up. Najee picks his handle up, gets it out to Devo, back to Randall. Randall being guarded by J-Dub. And the Thunder defense is locked in here today. Naj Reid fires a straightaway 3, and he splashes it. There you go, Naj Reid. Finally getting in on the action. Missed all of his shots in games 1 and 2. Knocked all of his shots down in game 3. I think a good game plan is get Naj Reid to knock down shots. I think that's a really good game plan. J-Dub a step back 3, and he answers right back. This guy's got it going tonight. It's one of those nights for him. Normally a somewhat reluctant 3-point shooter. He is just letting that thing fly today. DiVincenzo, we know, has no conscience, but he misses it off the right wing. They swing it over to Caruso. Caruso back to SGA. Still have SGA and J-Dub out there. They've played the whole game so far, obviously not coming out yet. J-Dub misses a 3. And then knocked out of bounds by the Thunder. Alexander Walker is going to come in. I don't think Edwards has scored yet, has he? Justice's dad said, do you feel challenges ruin the flow of the game or a necessary evil? It's a good way of putting it, as a necessary evil. It does ruin the flow of the game. I do think it's a necessary evil. I think in NBA history, there were too many times where an official had too much control over the outcome of a game by simply just like, I'm going to call a foul now, right? Or just like, this one's out of bounds. I think I'm just going to give it to this side, to this team. As DiVincenzo knocks down a 3, right? Like, you want to take some of the power away from officials and give some of the power back to the team and to the players by giving them the challenge opportunity. But, yeah, I think it's a necessary evil, unfortunately. Kenrich Williams knocked down a 2. Alexander Walker knocks down a 3. And the Timberwolves getting their role players to knock down 3-point shots is also a really good game planning change, right? Changing the game plan from like, hey, stop missing 3s to start making 3s is really good. So it's really worked out for Minnesota so far. And again, I don't think Edwards has scored. Let's pull up the box scores. SGA step back three. He knocks that down. Quiets the crowd down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a quick shh. DiVincenzo on the right wing. Driving it down right into Caruso. Tries to get it out to Gobert. And he fouls Cason Wallace. Fighting for a loose ball. Mike said 8-man rotation is better than 7-man rotation. And a 9-man rotation gives you more options than an 8-man rotation. My assumption is that Landry Shamet and DeLon Wright will both be a part of the rotation again, right? Yak said Minnesota will play 8 guys. Who do they play? We know they bring Devo off the bench. We know they bring Naj Reid. We know they bring Alexander Walker. Do they bring anybody else? That's pretty much it. The other night they brought in Terrence Shannon Jr. as a pseudo 9th guy in a bit of a blowout. But yeah, Minnesota goes 8 deep, and I'm looking at their roster. I don't know if they have a 9th guy they could go to. They got Josh Minot, who during the regular season gave them some quality minutes. They got Joe Ingles, a wily veteran, but he's the PJ Tucker of this team. He's not getting no minutes. Jalen Clark is a rookie that they've shown some level of trust to. Terrence Shannon Jr., we saw that they show some level of trust to. They got Rob Dillingham, their 8th overall pick from the last draft. Is that a guy you want to throw into a conference finals after he's been out of the rotation all playoffs long and most of the season? Edwards on the left wing to get it up top to Reed. Reed picks his handle up, gets it over to DiVincenzo. Gonna drive to his left, down the lane, high floater, got it to go. And SGA did knock down both of his free throws, so it's 34-28 with a minute to go. Drolano, what's up, Drolano? SJ up top, swings it out. Cason Wallace, wide open right wing 3. Way long, way off. Hit the side of the backboard, didn't even hit the rim. Harnstein with the awkward offensive rebound, shovels it out to Isaiah Joe, and he knocks down a left wing 3. Not great for Minnesota. Gobert hands it off to Edwards. Edwards down the lane, draws the foul, gets the lefty layup to go. They'll give him the and one. Yeah, before that, Edwards hadn't made a shot yet. That's literally his first shot of the game, the broadcast just announced. Oof. Yeah, I said Denver 8-man. Denver was worse than an 8-man, I think. Yeah, Denver, they had their starting 5, and they had Westbrook coming in off the bench. They were more like a 6-man team, right? They didn't really trust Peyton Watson, but they had to throw somebody else out there. Caruso, right corner 3, he can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Wallace had it, lost it. Now he picks it back up, and he swings it out. SGA is going to look to attack. The K-Dot to Harnstein, back to Wallace. Wallace dancing with it against Edwards. Harnstein hands it off to Joe, being chased by Devo. He's going to fire it. Comes up short, long rebound. Edwards is going to pick it up. It's a 7-point game. Not terrible. He's going to rush it down now, almost lose the handle. And they call the travel on Edwards. Yak said, if one star isn't playing, Boston plays 8-man. Yeah, if you take somebody out of the rotation, they go to an 8-man rotation. So off the turnover, there's 3 seconds to go here in this first quarter. OKC will have one more heave opportunity. They got more than enough time to get a somewhat of a quality look. Get it in the J-Dub. He's going to heave it. It's going to get blocked. That's the end of the first quarter. 37-30. Thought Minnesota didn't play great. I thought OKC was excellent. J-Dub 13 points. Shea 13 points. 5 for 6 from the field for Shea. 5 for 8 from the field for J-Dub. Felt like they had excellent first quarters. And they walk away with a 7-point lead. Not terrible if I'm Minnesota. I'm feeling pretty decent about our chances right now. We knocked down a bunch of threes. Our role players are knocking down shots. If we could just kind of clean up some of the bad decision making and turnovers we committed, should be all right. Should be all right. DiVincenzo with 5 points. Alexander Walker hit a 3. Naj Reid hit a 3. Right? 11 points off the bench for them so far. OKC's only got 5. Joe hit the 3. Kenrich Williams hit a 2. But already they have 4 steals. Randall with 3 turnovers. DiVincenzo with 2 turnovers. Those Knicks guys, man, turning that ball over. Does that said Shaman in the association next year? Yeah. Yeah, team will pick him up. Good end of the bench guy. Plays hard. Can knock down a 3. Consummate pro. He'll be ready to go if you need him to come in for an injury thing. Shouldn't be a part of your regular rotation if you're really looking to compete, but I could see him going to a up-and-coming team, maybe like a Washington or a place like that. A second stint in Washington for Landry Shaman? A Charlotte, maybe even a San Antonio. Maybe even a San Antonio. Yeah, I said more playoffs play 8 men than don't. Yeah. But when you go up against a team like Indiana, you adjust. You adjust your opponent. You don't play one way against every team. You have to play different ways to win. You have to play different ways to win. And against this Indiana team, you have to play somewhat fast. So you're going to need to go deeper into your bench. And you have the guys to do it. You have the guys to do it. Just that said, would you rather see a 40-year-old PJ Tucker or rookie Huck if Tibbs dropped of a heart attack? Rookie Huck. He'll be a Laker, you see. I liked him on the Wiz. Shamit, I guess he could be on the Lakers, but they wouldn't play him much. Yeah, like I said, unless something went wrong, I'm sure Shamit won't play second half tomorrow, even if he plays in the first half, unless foul injuries. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, you're not going to beat this Pacers team the way you beat Detroit. You're not going to beat this Pacers team the way you beat Boston, right? In the playoffs, high-level basketball like this is all about matchups. And to match up with this Pacers team, you might need to go deeper into your bench because you're going to need to keep these guys fresh, right? Pacers run too fast. They run you too ragged. They move the ball, even in half-court situations, even if they're not running. It's not just about pace. But in the half-court, when they're swinging the ball around, it gets really exhausting to have to make another rotation, and then another rotation, and then another rotation, and then box out, and then fight for a rebound. That's exhausting to do it time and time again. So you might need to go deep into your bench. We'll see how they play it out tomorrow. Joe swings it out to Caruso for a right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Terrence Shannon Jr.'s in. They're going with Terrence Shannon Jr. here in the second half. There's the 9th guy, Yak. There's the 9th guy. Sometimes you have to go deeper into your bench, especially when you play a deeper team as J-Dub jumps the passing lane for an easy two-handed slam. Yak said, Tom is the coach, and I'm saying what I think he'll do. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they play it out. I could see him going either way with it. Nice reverse layup for Naj Reid. J-Dub bringing it down. A pull-up 3. He's really feeling it. Doesn't get that one to go. Reid with the rebound. Comes Alexander Walker. Lewis Lee said, are you an OKC fan? Not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, if there's any team here that I'm rooting to lose for, if there's any team in the NBA, of all of the teams that I've been rooting to lose, it's OKC. Rooting for OKC to lose as much as possible. Shannon gets it over to Randall. Randall being guarded by Caruso. Caruso is getting real physical with him. Usually not a great idea with Randall, although they show 3 defenders now. He kicks it out to Terrence Shannon. He's going to pick it up and put up the 3. Too long, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. And a loose ball foul, and Randall pushing Caruso into the basket. Usually getting Randall angry like that is not great for the opponent. But Caruso and this OKC defense is legit, so they may be ready for it. Yeah, I said my 9th would be Hug Porty. As 9th, I would go play more Cat and Mitch. As Holmgren gets a dunk in the lane. Depends how the game is going. If the Pacers' pace is really hurting Mitch, you could see in that game that Tom Thibodeau plays him too long in shifts. Like you gotta cycle him in and out, man. You gotta cycle him in and out. Alexander Walker knocks down the 3. This guy's feeling it. It's a great sign from Minnesota. J-Dub on the right wing. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what he goes with. Robinson, I think, is very likely and obviously going to get the start again. Conley with a block on J-Dub. A lot of physical play there. They kick it out the wall and he pump fakes. He's going to put up the 3 now. He can't get it to go. And good box out and rebound from Terrence Shannon Jr. I love to see. Look at the wily veteran Mike Conley getting into it. And Shannon's going to drive it down, scoop layup. Oh, and he got it to go over Holmgren. Look at Terrence Shannon Jr. go. I love to see the rookie get something going. J-Dub swings it out to Holmgren. He's going to pump fake, drive the lane. He's going to slip and fall. He's going to pick back up the loose ball under the basket, flips it up. He got it to go down. He's looking for a foul. He's not going to get it, but Randall gets it over to Shannon Jr. He's going to go along the baseline. He's going to draw the foul on Caruso. Look at Terrence Shannon Jr. going. Louis Lee said, okay, like that, let's go Knicks. Absolutely, Louis Lee. This show here today for these Oklahoma City, Minnesota games in the conference finals. This is just a Hartenstein hate watch show. I'm hating on Hartenstein the whole time. Shannon Jr. knocks down his first free throw. He's got one more coming. Just as his dad said, been doing Knicks games all season, and this one has been different in a good way. It's Knicks in 6. You already know. Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6. It was Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. They proved it otherwise in game 1. Then it was Knicks in 5 until proven otherwise, and then they proved otherwise in game 2. So now it's Knicks in 6. And Knicks in 6 is still intact. It's still intact. Mike said, I'm thinking Knicks in 7. As long as it's Knicks, as long as they pull it out. Shannon Jr. knocks down both of his free throws. Joe on the left wing, attacking along the baseline, down the lane. Gets the layup to go with the right hand. And the late foul call. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Yak said more Huck Porty would fix Mitch extended burns, but I don't expect that at all with Tom. Yeah, it's hard to expect him to go to a rookie who wasn't a part of the rotation throughout the regular season, who's also coming off of a meniscus surgery. It's hard to expect Tom Thibodeau to be like, yeah, I'm going to throw in Huck Porty into the fire. Isaiah Joe missed the free throw, but they can't grab the rebound off the missed free throw. Kason Wallace is going to drive it down, kicks it out to a wide-open Kenrich Williams, and he knocks it down. Terrible. Ended up being a 5-point play for OKC in that possession. Conley coming to his left, bounce past Naj Reid down the lane, kicks it out. Terrence Shannon Jr. wide open for a 3, and he knocks it down. I love seeing a rookie come out. Maybe this is what we need, Yak. Maybe we need a Huck Porty or Dottier or McCullough or Kolek moment in the series. Maybe that's what maybe we need a rookie to go in there and just muck it up. The way Shannon Jr. is doing it in this series. Shannon's attacking and throws it away. Not a good pass from him. J-Dub up top, and he gets it knocked out of his hands. Even Chinzo home run pass to Alexander Walker. He's going to go up, lefty layup, got it to go. And it's still a 6-point game, and it feels like Minnesota is having real difficulties guarding this Thunder team for the most part. J-Dub, a mid-range pull-up jumper, comes up short. Harnstein, another offensive rebound. And a loose ball foul on Harnstein. You love to see it, y'all. You absolutely love to see Harnstein flounder in big moments like this. Yeah, I said Harnstein has trouble with big centers defensively. Yeah, we were very privy to that during that last run with New York, his last year where Robinson got hurt and he had to step in as the starting center. We were very privy with that. Edwards bringing it down against Dort. Get it over to DiVincenzo, fakes the handoff, driving it down, kicks it out to Shannon Jr. Driving to his left, gets it knocked out of his hands by SGA. Here comes SGA over to Dort. Dort in transition, almost throws it away, does throw it away. He does throw it away. Harnstein can't hold on to it because he's a little baby out there on the court. DiVincenzo has it up top. Picks his dribble up, gets it over to Shannon Jr. Hands it off to Alexander Walker. Inside pass to Gobert. Gets fouled by Kason Wallace. Just get grabbed. Excellent pass from Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's been awesome. Alexander Walker's been awesome off the bench. Shannon Jr. has been fantastic for them. Edwards only has, I think, the 3 points. Just that's a 2 on Harnstein. It is the second quarter. Shouldn't be too much of an issue with 2 on Harnstein. But he is kind of getting eaten up right now, so it's probably better to have him on the court than Holmgren. Gobert misses a free throw. Just as Dad said, Harnstein, a 7-foot, 255-pound baby. He lost his 7-footer status. He's now 6'11". He's now 6'11" in my eyes. Gobert misses 2. Kenrich Williams with the rebound. Got to make one of them, Gobert. Got to make one of them. SGA has it up top, being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his left, swings it out. Kason Wallace, wide open right wing 3. Why do you keep leaving that guy wide open? Back to 9. Back to 9. McDaniels is back in the game. Coming to his left. Good screen from Gobert. Get it over to Gobert. Fakes the handoff. Now gets it over to Edwards. Edwards coming to his right. Down the lane. Swing through. Gets blocked from behind by Lou Dort. And Edwards starting to put his head down and get to the basket on him. And really good screening from Gobert to free him up, too. Yikes said, just to get fresh minutes, that would be better minutes. I'm not asking Hug Porty to save the day. Just better minutes that tied Michikat, not extended minutes. True, but he would definitely go Precious Achiuwa before he goes to Hug Porty. Tom Thibodeau is not the kind of guy to trust a rookie who was not a part of the regular rotation in the regular season. He would go to Precious Achiuwa first. But with Towns and Robinson fully healthy and ready to go, I don't think he wants to go to either of those guys. Not right now. Not right now. Kanyan Pepper, what's up, Kanyan? If the Knicks lose tomorrow, series over? No. 3-1. Unlikely you'll be able to make that comeback, but not impossible. Not impossible. So, series not over. Series not over. But they're going to win tomorrow. It's going to be 2-2 going back to New York. Right? A lot of people were freaking out after an 0-2 start where you lose both games at home, and that's obviously not what you wanted to do. But, you know, it's the solution to that is real simple. You then go into Indiana and you win 2 in Indiana. They accomplished part 1 of the goal. We have a second part to accomplish. We will accomplish that tomorrow. Mike said Gobert softer than baby poop. I don't know where this soft moniker comes from. I don't know. Why would you say Gobert soft? What about him makes him soft? The fact that he has bad hands, he brings the ball down too low. I could see that. I guess. Just that's at 60 pounds. Chet is smaller, but Chet's 7'2". 7'2" with a long wingspan. Yeah, I mean, guy of Chet Holmgren stature. The issue with him is always going to be about body strength. Like a lot of people, when you say, "Oh, he's got to put on muscle," a lot of people will think like bicep muscle, and like they got to be put on a ton of more weight and get physically stronger. And they look at their arms. It's like you don't need your arms to be super strong. You need your body and your core to be really strong to play basketball. You need a ridiculously strong core. Just Dad said these commercials are ridiculous. ESPN is by far the worst broadcaster in sports. By far the worst broadcaster in sports. Just Dad said Chet #1 pick. Are you asking me? Because he was the #2 pick. Paolo, he was in the Paolo draft. Paolo was #1. Yak said open 3, Minnesota gives them up. Yeah, that last 3 that they gave up was miscommunication. It looked like they were in a little bit of a zone, like a matchup zone. And Minnesota does not play matchup zones. They are a man-to-man team. So there was confusion about who goes where and who covers what spot. Ended up with a wide open 3 for Kason Wallace. Can't happen. Can't happen in conference finals. Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Knicks have to keep into a half-court offense. Just they lad game. I assume he meant just like they did in the last game. And win. Yeah, easier said than done, though, man. Easier said than done. SGA flops to the floor, and they call a foul on Edwards. Just that said, Cat isn't cut, but is still strong. Most NBA players aren't cut. It's not an important thing in basketball. Being cut physically is an aesthetic thing. It has nothing to do with muscle. It's an aesthetic thing, right? That's about cutting weight and body fat, which is important to a certain extent, but not important in terms of getting cut. Strength is strength. Edwards down the lane, kicks it out to Alexander Walker for an open 3. And Alexander Walker is just not going to miss today, man. And they need it. They need him. Why is my scoreboard so off? I missed the 2. 53-49. It's back to a 4-point game. SGA gets it over to Holmgren. He fires a 3, and he gets the 3-point right back. Big time shot from Holmgren there. Just Dead said Chet will be fine. Right? Forgot though OKC tanked. Yeah, they tanked. They tanked it up. They sat SGA down. SGA would have like a hangnail, and they were like, "Yeah, take the night off." Steven Chinzo in transition shovels it back to McDaniels. He gets a layup to go. SGA a pull-up 3. Can't get it to go. He flops to the floor again, looking for a foul call, out of bounds. And they're going to keep it with the Thunder. SGA is doing a lot of flopping here today. Yak said, Doncic doesn't look strong. Bet he is. Oh, he's ridiculously strong. He's ridiculously strong. A lot of it, too, is leverage. Knowing how to use your strength and your weight and throw your body weight around. But, like, even when you look at strong dudes, right? Even when you look at like the guys who we know are really strong, like, they don't look super strong. They're not super cut. Daniels fires a three. He can't get it to go. SGA up top being guarded by Alexander Walker. Goes to the basket. Can't get the layup to go. Misses the tip. Gets it back. Gets stripped, but he gets the foul call. SGA going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Under 5 to go. 5-point game. Yak said, I like Minnesota winning the series. I hope so. I really hope so. SGA misses a free throw. This is a fast-paced game. Not a ton of foul calls. SGA does knock down the second one. McDaniels will bring it down. Swing it over to DiVincenzo, a left wing three. He can't get that to go. Holmgren with the rebound. Just Dad said Kawhi, prime example. Yeah, Kawhi is obviously in shape. SGA knocks down a three. And just like that, they're back up by 9. But people talk like he is ridiculously strong. And you could see it, like, especially back in his prime, or maybe even just the Toronto days, and a foul on the floor on the Thunder. What was I talking about? Kawhi? Yeah, Kawhi, if you go back to his Toronto year, like, that's obviously probably his prime. Yeah, that's probably counts as his prime. Like, there were times where he would drive to the basket and people would be hanging all over him trying to grab him, and he would just power through and somehow get the shot up at the basket anyway. He impressed me with his strength. That year, I remember watching him being like, yeah, that's a dude who's, like, fully grown into his adult body and has, like, grown man strength now. Stealth Genetics, what's up, Stealth? Yak said SGA will go a dozen more times to the foul line. Yeah, Mark, what's up, Mark? Yeah, SGA, he's flopping a lot here today. Doing a lot of flopping today. DiVincenzo goes 2-2 from the foul line. Holmgren has it up top, dancing with it against McDaniels. Gets it out to J-Dub. J-Dub coming to his right. Randall switches onto him. They get it over to SGA, being guarded by Gobert. Driving to his right. Draws the foul on Rudy Gobert. And I think Rudy did get his hand caught in the cookie jar in that time. Rudy plays defense with his hands, especially against perimeter players. Yeah. Rudy's got his hand caught in the cookie jar, brother. Get your hand out of there. So said, how's my ex-Knicks players looking? Randall, not very good. DiVincenzo, he's made a 3. Maybe, I think 2 threes, I think. He's been okay. He's been okay, although some silly turnovers from both of those guys. SGA knocks down both free throws. Subgenetic said he's impossible to stop with the flop game he has. Yeah, he's got like that Anderson Varejao flop game going. Like, it's elite. He's got an elite flop game, but he's also just so elite in terms of getting a bucket. Crazy. Randall gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards is driving it to his left. Has to put up the jumper over Caruso. Comes up well short. Gobert with the offensive rebound in the lane. Gets grabbed. Gets grabbed again. Gets thrown to the floor. And it's 2 free throws for Gobert. Yak said every game he gets 10 free throws. Yeah, that is SGA's bread and butter. Getting to the foul line. Gobert's at the foul line. He missed 2 before, and he misses another one here. Stubjanek said, SGA is the new and improved Harden. I actually still think Harden is the best flopper in NBA history. I don't think anybody's touching that. That's like Steph Curry is a three-point shooter. Like, we may never see another three-point shooter as good as Curry. Like, it might happen, but unlikely. Steph Curry will be the greatest shooter, will go down as the greatest shooter in NBA history for the foreseeable future. Harden will go down as the greatest flopper and foul merchant in NBA history for the foreseeable future. I saw a highlight of it the other day, and I was like, oh, yeah, thank God he's finally out of his prime, and we don't have to deal with that anymore. SGA misses a 3. Conley up top, coming to it right off the Randall screen. Dancing with it, gets it over to Randall, and he gets fouled by SGA. How many fouls is that on SGA? 3? 2? Got to be 2. He fouled Gobert previously, right? 2 fouls on SGA. 2 fouls on Dort. 2 fouls on Hartenstein. The exit announcement just said SGA doesn't go enough. I have him very low, so I didn't hear who it was. Was it Doris? Was it Richard? Can't have been Brain, could it? Stubjanek said, my friend's out of town. Keep sending me cat compilations. I'm pissed. I can't defend him. Defend them from what, Stealth? What are they sending you? What are they sending you? What can't you defend? Stubjanek said accurate as hell. Yeah, I saw a compilation of Harden's flopping the other day because they were like, you know what? Just a reminder of how much of a flopper Harden was. Yeah, I can't give it to anybody over Harden with the flopping. It's bad. Really bad. Dog catcher, what's up, dog catcher? Shot Caller said, do you think Harden is a bigger flopper than Bron? Yeah, by far, Shot Caller. Bron isn't even top 5. He's up there, don't get me wrong. He's a big old flopper, but he's not even top 5 in terms of the biggest floppers. Not even top 5, brother. You got Harden. You got SGA. Oof. Oof. Like I said, Anderson Varejao, not as known of a name, but he practically invented the flopping. So Nick said they're hours long. What are they sending you? Oh, the oh my God stuff? That's just funny, though. That's just funny. You don't have to defend that. It's easy to defend that stuff. Just be like, he got a personality. Like some of these players that y'all be that you know, other fan bases be watching and latching onto, they don't got the personality that we got over here in New York. You know, like even look at Brunson. Brunson don't have a public personality like that. Like he keeps it very professional on camera. You know, he's got a podcast, and he still keeps it extremely professional on the podcast. Like at least Towns got a personality to him. At least he's silly and funny. That's how you go back at it. And he's gonna give you buckets doing all of that. And he's gonna give you buckets doing all of that. And he's gonna give you 20 points and 8 rebounds in the fourth quarter and win you a game with all of that. Just that's and Randall flops. We got to understand that like that's just a part of the game now. It's just unfortunately a part of the game now. You have to exaggerate contact in some form or fashion in order to get calls. And if you are a star player, you have to master the flop game. You have to, right? You don't hit that next level unless you start flopping, which is why the biggest floppers in the NBA are NBA stars, right? Because they're putting their head down, getting to the basket, and earlier in their careers, they're likely not to flop as much. But as you start doing it more often, you're like, God, I'm getting hit. I'm not getting no calls. You know what I'm gonna start doing? Just gonna start going and falling to the floor. You know, like that's a main reason why. The main reason why. Just that said, Hart and JP share personality. Yeah, they're public personalities. Well, Hart's has a little bit more personality publicly. I know, like I keep phrasing it as that, as public personalities, because obviously they keep it professional and they give the proper PR answers every single time they're asked questions and whatnot, or they do press conferences. But I said drawing a foul is annoying ball, but not entertaining. Yeah, SGA misses a floater at the rim, can't get it to go. Minnesota did knock down both free throws. Randall driving it down against Dort. I'd look to swing this out to Edwards. Randall's going to take him one-on-one. Can't get the layup to go. Good defense from Dort. Edwards comes flying in to the basket. Kicks it out to Conley. Conley up top. McDaniels, a straightaway three. He's open. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. But the long rebound goes right back to him. He's going to drive it down, flip it up to the basket, looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. And then Randall gets fouled by Lou Dort on the offensive rebound attempt. Joe Jennings said Hart don't care. He openly says he won't play long. He has said that before. Every player says that until that, $60 million contract is sitting in front of you and you're still only 33, 34 years old. Randall knocks down the first free throw. Mark said Lance Stevenson, Pat Bev. Yeah. I mean, like everybody's got to flop it nowadays, unfortunately. It's a major part of the game. You just hope that it's under controlled flopping in some form or manner. And it doesn't detract too much from the product. SGA up top. The Randall knocked down both free throws. SGA all the way to the basket. Beautiful move. Right-handed layup with the offhand. Got it to go. And Conley will bring it down. Back to a 7-point game. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter, right before halftime. Conley gets it over to Edwards. Edwards dancing with it. Out to Conley. Conley up top. Shot clock winding down. He's coming to his left off the Gobert screen. Driving it down in the lane. Pump fake goes up righty floater. Too long, can't get it to go. It was a long rebound. It didn't hit the rim. And it's going to be a shot clock violation, even though Randall had grabbed the offensive rebound. Couldn't get it back up fast enough. Mark said biggest flopper in NBA history was Vlade Divac. Still doesn't pass Harden, but he's up there too. He's up there too, man. J-Dub kicks it out. Holmgren will fire a three. Can't get it to go. Randall with another rebound. Conley pushing it. Hands it back off to Randall. Randall swing through to his left. Back out to Conley. Conley coming to his right. Back over to Naj Reid. A left wing three. He's open. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Delano said Brunson and teammates have a podcast. Wow, they already have 700 videos posted and started it in 2024. Yeah, they started in 24, the Roommates podcast. It's a pretty decent show for the most part. Wallace down the lane, lefty layup over Edwards, can't get it to go, but they call a foul on somebody, on the Timberwolves. 52 seconds to go. Just as that said, Josh took the year off his career with those crazy sky rebounds last night. He was ruthless. Yeah, he was absolutely ruthless. He definitely threw caution to the wind and just was like, if I don't grab this rebound, we might not win this game. So I'm just going to go grab it. Holmgren knocked down the first one. He's got another one coming. And OKC has maintained control of this game for a majority of it. Minnesota hanging around. Holmgren misses the second one. 8-point game. Conley will bring it down. Big Marquez said, I want the Knicks to tie it up tomorrow. A lot of us do. 37 seconds to go. Pass was deflected out of bounds, so Minnesota will inbound it here with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Edwards into Conley. Conley back to Edwards. Edwards coming to his left, down the lane, Euro steps, inside the Randall the last second, gets blocked. They call the jump ball between Randall and Holmgren. Just dad said you have a dog. I do have a dog. I do have a dog. 2 small ones, yes. 2 beagles. 2 beagles. .7 seconds on the shot clock, even if Randall wins this tip. So they're not going to have much time to get a shot off. You probably got enough for one move, and then you got to chuck a shot up. Randall knocks it up, back to Randall. Randall swings through against Holmgren, gets it knocked out of his hands. No foul call. Trying to get the rip-through move. SGA will hold it up top for what should be the final shot of the quarter. About a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. SGA coming to his right up the Caruso screen, gets a wide open lane, kicks it out to a wide open case on Wallace. He lines up the seams. He can't get the 3 to go. Back out to SGA, catches, pump fake, steps through, puts it above glass, can't get it to go. His tip won't go. Randall finally rips away the rebound, and that's going to end the first half. An 8-point lead for Minnesota. 8-point lead for OKC. Anthony Edwards so far, only 4 points. Julius Randle, only 5 points. You know, I said this to the Julius New York fans criticized. Yeah. $21-6 for SGA. We'll look at the box scores now. Mark said, could be the biggest rebound of Josh's career so far. It could be. It could be. If the Knicks don't win this series, it will just be lost to time, though. So it could be if they manage to pull the series out. Yeah, I said Wolves had opportunities. All teams misses bunnies. Yeah, and OKC's a really hard team to finish in the lane against. They're really tall. They got a lot of wingspans. They got a lot of guards who reach down low and strip you, and so they can rush you. So they're not an easy team to finish against. So if we go through the box score, everyone has scored, getting a lot of production out of their bench. That's 25, 30 points off the bench for them. Only 4 for Edwards. He's only taken 2 shots, guys. He's only taken 2 shots. I mean, he's gotten to the foul line a little bit, but he hasn't taken any threes. He hasn't taken any threes. Previous game, how many threes did he took? Like 11? 8. Took 8 threes. He hit 5 of them, but he took 8 threes. Like, this number is what I'm more interested in. The 8. 8 of the attempts. He was hunting those 3-point shots. He's taken 0 tonight. OKC's made it a point to not allow him any space from the 3-point line. Like, go ahead, drive it. You want to drive in, draw some fouls, get to the foul line? Cool, but you're not going to be able to finish over all of our shot blockers. Just not going to be able to do it. Conley 1 for 5. He did knock down a 3. You're not expecting too much from Mike Conley. Gobert 1 for 2. 1 for 4 from the foul line. Not expecting too much from Rudy. Jaden McDaniels 5 for 10 from the field. He's taking 10 shots. Like, he's one of the only guys out there. He's like, I'll take shots. I'll do it. I'll do it. Screw it. He's got 12 points. Leading them in scoring, actually. 5 for Randall. Look, they made a lot of shots. They're shooting 50% from the field and 44% from 3, so they're making some shots, even though, how many turnovers do they have? 12 turnovers in the first half, not good. You'd have to feel decent, not great, but decent, being down 8 at halftime, considering that Edwards and Randall aren't giving you much. Randall with 4 turnovers and only 3 assists for it. He does have 4 big old rebounds. Edwards, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 points. Remember, and also in the previous game, he had, what, like 8, 10 rebounds? He had 9 rebounds in the previous game. So they're just doing a really good job of keeping him away from the basket and away from the ball as much as possible. When we take a look at OKC, SGA with 21, he had it going. 7 for 15 from the floor, 2 for 5 from the three-point line, 5 for 6 from the foul line. J-Dub, 6 for 12 from the field. He's feeling it a bit. He's knocked down 3 threes. Typically not a huge part of his game is knocking down threes. 15 points for him. 10 points from Holmgren. He knocked down a 3. So their big three of SGA, J-Dub, and Holmgren coming through for them tonight. And the others kind of letting them down, not making nearly enough shots. While for the Timberwolves, the others are making a bunch of shots, and the 2 stars are letting the team down a little bit here. So kind of polar opposite games for them, and kind of where you walk away from it with is OKC with an 8-point lead. Mark, appreciate you, Mark. We'll see you tomorrow night for pivotal game 4 in Knicks history. I said Wolves playing horrible but shooting well. That's an interesting way of putting it. They have kind of been all over the place. The process hasn't been great. But the process isn't going to be good against OKC. They're going to muck the game up. They're going to make things chaotic, and you have to be able to play through it. You have to be able to find success in the chaos. And when the bench was in, they were finding success in the chaos. I thought Alexander Walker needs to play more minutes. I thought he was one of the best players on the court for you. He's 4 for 5 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point line. It wasn't just about making shots for Alexander Walker. I thought his defense was impactful, and I thought his offensive process was pretty good. I said Edwards was fine. Julius was terrible. How was Edwards fine? This is not fine. 1 for 2 from the field? That's not fine whatsoever. I don't care if you have Lou Dort draped all over you. You have to be able to get this ball, and you have to be able to make plays for your teammates. Part of the reason why Randall is 1 for 4, he's not the best player on the team. He needs the best player on the team to come through. Right? Like, yes, Randall is a star player, and he should not have this bad of a game, but Edwards ain't far behind, brother. Don't give Edwards a pass just because you like Edwards more than Randall. Edwards has not been good. You can't be 1 for 2 from the foul line, but also see yourself on the same level as SGA, who, by the way, 21 in the first half. Like, this is a pivotal game 4 for Minnesota. If they lose this to go down 3-1, and the series is likely over. Because are you winning 4 games in a row or 3 games in a row against the best team in the NBA all year that won 68 games in the regular season? Like, unlikely to happen. Edwards can't have a pass. He took 2 shots, man. Took 2 shots. 2. And it wasn't like he was being a big distributor. He got 2 assists and a turnover. That's it. Where are you, Edwards? Where are you? This is the same criticism that I had of Anthony Edwards in the first 2 games. Like, you need to show up and go toe-to-toe with SGA. He did that in Game 3, and they blew out the Thunder. And the Thunder didn't play well in Game 3, don't get me wrong, but you were ready for a battle in Game 3. Tonight, you look like you're not as ready as you were in Game 3. And this is just as important of a game. And I'm wondering where you are. Like, yeah, Lou Dort's draped all over you. He's playing great defense, all the things. You're supposed to be a superstar. Can't be 1 for 2. If he was 1 for 8, I'd be like, yeah, man, look, he's going out there. He's doing his thing. He's taking his shots. He's being aggressive. He just can't get anything to go. The defense is great against. He's 1 for 2, man. He took 2 goddamn shots. Angel A1 Droman, what's up, Angel? I said SGA looked like the star he is. He did. I said they are double teaming Ant. Julius dribbling around the perimeter. They're double teaming. There was a play where Julius had 4 guys on him. They're quadrupling Julius Randle. He got the ball. 3 guys came over, and then a 4th guy came over to try and disrupt his passing lane. Don't give a pass to Anthony Edwards just because you like him more than Julius Randle. They're doubling you, Anthony Edwards. So what? They double Jalen Brunson all the time. So what? You're supposed to be a star. Go be a star. And they ain't double teaming him every single time he has the ball. That's just Lou Dort being a great defender. Caruso switching onto him. I said, well, that's why ain't Jordan and Bird. No one's asking him to be Jordan and Bird. It's a silly comparison. No one's asking him to be Jordan and Bird. We're asking him to be a star player. That's it. I ain't asking him to be one of the best players in the NBA. I'm asking him to be a star. 2 shots in the first half? That's embarrassing. This is an embarrassing box score to see for Anthony Edwards. 2 shots. 2 shots. I don't care if you shoot 3 contested mid-range jumpers in a row. 2 shots? If Jalen Brunson ever had this stat line in the first half, I'm cursing him out live on stream. If Jalen Brunson decided to ever take 2 shots in 18 minutes where he wasn't in foul trouble in the first half, I'm cursing his butt out. How dare you take 2 shots in the first half? You're the best player on the court. You're the star player. All it takes to get you out of the game is to bring a double team. That's all it takes. This is all NBA Anthony Edwards. This is all-star Anthony Edwards. This is the Western Conference Finals, his second in a row. Figure it out. How dare you say Anthony Edwards has been fine? Don't give him that excuse. Kenny McLeod said tomorrow's going to be the Brunson game. I hope so, Kenny. I hope so. We need another great Brunson game. Game 1 was supposed to be the Brunson game, and they gave it up. Right, 43 points in Game 1 for JB, and they just gave it up. We'll see what he'll be able to do in Game 4, especially with Nesmith somewhat hampered with an ankle injury. So, Subgenex said SGA's cousin is hooping. It's have some respect for Alexander Walker. Don't just call him SGA's cousin. Alexander Walker has been fantastic here tonight. 4 for 5 from the field, 3 for 3 from the three-point line. I thought he was the best, most consistent player for the Timberwolves tonight. Maybe a little bit more Alexander Walker. Maybe a little bit more Terrence Shannon Jr., where in 5 minutes he scored 7 points. Right? Yeah, I said Randle and Edwards will have much better second halves, and we will see how much better. Yeah, you have to expect that they know how, Also, you look at Randle, like Edwards, 2 field goal attempts, Randle, 4 field goal attempts. So, like, both of y'all, where are you at? Like, I'd rather you be 1 for 10. I'd rather you be 0 for 12. Come on, man. You got to go down swinging with your best player swinging. This is not good enough. Between the two of them, only 1 3-point attempt. Not good enough. Not good enough. Obviously, you have to give a ton of credit to the Thunder defense for not allowing them to walk into open shots the way they did in Game 3. But still. Keenan Artis and McDaniels playing well, too. McDaniels was good. I mean, 5 for 10 from the field. He's like, all right, y'all aren't going to shoot? I'll shoot. Fine. I ain't afraid to shoot. Apparently, you guys are. Yak said 6 more turnovers for the Wolves is the difference in this game, and the Wolves didn't play good. Yeah. OKC, with their patented defense, getting deflections and turning over Minnesota. 4 turnovers for Randle was horrendous. 2 turnovers for Devo is bad. 2 turnovers for Terrence Shannon Jr. is probably why he got the plug pulled on him with only 5 minutes, even though he scored 7 points. 12 total turnovers in comparison to the Thunder with 7, so they're winning turnover battle by 5. Field goal attempts, they have 50 to the Wolves 38, so they've taken 12 more field goal attempts. My goodness. You're not going to be able to win losing the possession battle that badly. They have 17 rebounds to the Thunder 20, so they're losing it by 3. They're kind of losing very key components of the game here. Very key components of the game swinging the Thunder's way. So even though the Thunder, they hit 3s too. They're 10 for 24 from 3. The Wolves are 8 for 18, so they're kind of winning every important statistical measure, and yet it's only an 8-point game. So if you're the Wolves, you should look at it like, okay, we're going to have our chance in this second half. We're going to have our chance in the second half. We have to clean up some of the other things, notably the turnovers and the rebounding. But outside of that, they should be able to hang toe-to-toe with this Thunder team and then maybe try to pull it away at the end. Yak said, with all the Wolves shot 50% and better from 3 percentage, most all stats, they can play OKC. Yeah, I mean, they're right there. They're losing most of the important categories. that help decide the winner of games. They're losing the field goal attempt battle, the possession battle. They're losing the rebounding battle, and they're losing the turnover battle. So those are three of the main things that I look at halftime. I'm like, all right, where do these two teams stand? And Minnesota's losing all three of them, and yet it's only an 8-point game. If you're losing all three of them, and Oklahoma City takes 12 more shots than you, and they made 2 more threes than you, I would suspect that they have like a 15-point lead. Instead, it's only 8. Only 8, right? So they're going to have a chance here. They're going to have their opportunity. Yeah, I said more turnovers, less shots, my point. Yeah, we're saying the same thing, brother. We're saying the same thing. Genetics said the Thunder being 32-8 away is crazy. 32-8 on the road is definitely extremely impressive. Impressive to win on the road. Yeah, I said clean it up and tie this up. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping it's a good series. I'm hoping Minnesota wins today. Obviously, rooting against the Thunder. We've talked about this, but don't want to see Oklahoma City winning it. I really don't. Caruso bringing it down to start the second half. He gets the start. Who's he getting the start for? Hartenstein. Hartenstein to the bench. Get his ass out of here. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. J-Dub dancing with it up top. They swing it out to Caruso. Caruso right wing 3, and he splashes it. Why is my score so off? My apologies. Randall has it on the left wing. Let's see how the two stars for Minnesota respond in the second half. Still can't get it to Edwards. Randall has it against J-Dub. Out to Conley. Pump fake. Jab step. Drive it in. Righty floater. Comes up short. Gobert with the tip. Can't get it to go. An offensive rebound. A putback. Finally gets it to go over Holmgren. Got to beat them up on the glass if you're Gobert. That's how you're going to have your impact on this game. Shot caller said Hartenstein the traitor. Yes, sir. Holmgren crosses over, spins to his left. High hook shot, can't get it to go. Dort comes flying in for the rebounds. Out to SGA. SGA, step back, pump fake. Long 2, can't get it to go. Caruso knocks it out back to Dort. Gotta grab these rebounds, man. Gotta grab these rebounds, getting killed on the glass. J-Dub dancing with it against Randall. Drives right past him to the basket. Lefty layup over Gobert. Can't get it to go. Good defense from the Timberwolves. Randall intentionally sending him to the Gobert. And Gobert doing a good job not fouling. Edwards all the way to the basket. Righty layup gets it to go. There you go, Edwards. There you go. Back to a 7-point game. SGA against Conley, you switched onto him. They bring a double. SGA gets it out to Holmgren. Swings it out Caruso. Caruso another 3. Can't get that one to go. Gobert comes in for the rebound. Here we go. Edwards driving it down, just putting his head down, being a bully. Kicks it out to a wide open Conley, right corner 3. Line it up, Conley. Line it up. And a timeout from the Thunder. It's a 4-point game. Shot caller said that's smart coaching for OKC to switch the lineup. It's also also says a lot about how Hartenstein's been playing tonight. Hartenstein's just trash. He gave up being the starting center on a championship contending team in New York to go be a backup center in Oklahoma City, man. Shot caller said refs need this to be like this tomorrow. Yeah, they for the most part have let them play. For the most part, they've let them play, which I tend to lean on the side of letting them play physically. I like that brand of basketball, especially for playoff basketball. Keenan Hart said Edwards responding. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's putting his head down into the basket. First time he got a layup. Second time, the defense collapsed and he found a wide open Mike Conley in the corner. Right? Like, look, if you're gonna take 2 shots in the first half, you better have at least 4 or 5 assists, at least. So I could be like, you know what? They're showing a lot of defensive attention to you, and you're finding your teammates. He didn't have any of that. He had 2 shots in the first half and 2 assists. So now he's doing a lot more here so far here in the second half. Hopefully he can continue it. It's a 4-point game now. Do I still have water in here? Did I drink it all? I drank it all. Dying over here. Yeah, I said Hartenstein is sitting for a reason. He can't handle big centers. This is the playoffs. He's doing it for a reason. Of course. Of course. Duh, brother. Duh. He didn't do it for no reason. Of course he did it for a reason. But that says a lot about the way Hartenstein was playing. Says a lot about the way Hartenstein was playing. Whoa. Shot caller said Brunson and Cat can't get in foul trouble early. No, they cannot, brother. No, they cannot. They survived it last night. They likely won't survive it again in the series. SGA 2 for 5 from 3. J-Dub 3 for 5 from 3. J-Dub hasn't gone to the foul line. Nobody for the Thunder has really gone to the foul line except for SGA. A lot of people get to the foul line for the Timberwolves. So that's working in their favor. But if they can take a lead here and then have their bench come in, because I thought their bench was really good, it might turn the tide against this Thunder team. It might. Randall with the steal, over to Conley. Conley kicks it back to Edwards, and Edwards loses the handle. Conley picks it up and gets fouled by Lou Dort. That's 4 fouls on Lou Dort. Get him out of there. That hacker. Get that hacker up out of here. That man is one of the dirtiest players in the league. He plays with too much reckless abandon. Hartenstein in for Chet Holmgren. And Kayson Wallace in for Gobert down the lane and throws it down over Hartenstein, baby. Get Hartenstein out of there. Get him out. He can't handle Gobert. He can't handle no Rudy Gobert. You telling me Hartenstein's supposed to be the guy and he can't even handle Rudy Gobert? SGA to the basket for a nice silky layup with the right hand. Conley up top, walks into a straightaway three, dancing around the screen, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Harnstein grabs it. SJ up top, coming to his right off the screen, snaking it back to his left hand. Fall away, mid-range jumper over Gobert, can't get it to go. Conley comes flying in for the rebound. Conley driving it down, leaves it off Randall. Randall extra pass to a wide open Edwards. You got to knock that down, brother. Can't get it to go. Can't get it to go. SGA being guarded by Edwards now. Coming to his right off the screen, driving it down, kicks it out. J-Dub, pump fakes, driving to his left in the lane, puts up a floater. Can't get that one to go. Edwards with the rebound. Edwards down the lane, gets stripped by Harnstein. Good defense from him there, unfortunately. Fortunately, got to give him props on the good defense there. SGA bringing it down in transition. McDaniels will pick him up. Dancing around the Harnstein screen, snaking it back to his left hand. Pulling it back out as Gobert switches onto him. SGA is going to dance with it. Driving in. Follow-away jumper over Gobert. Well contested off the back rim. Can't get it to go, but long rebound out to Wallace. Back out to J-Dub for a three. And he splashes it. Got to grab these rebounds, man. Guards got to come in and grab these long rebounds. Lionel Moniz, what's up, Lionel? Win game 4 tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Conley coming to his right after Gobert handoff, all the way to the basket, gets under the rim, kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards driving to his left to the rim, gets stripped by Wallace. Caruso dives on it, gets it out to Wallace. Here they come. It's a 2-on-1. McDaniels. And he blocks Caruso. He blocks Case on Wallace at the rim. Jaden McDaniels, 1-on-2, guards 2 people. Jaden McDaniels, ridiculous defensive play. Kenny McLeod said Harnstein is junk. Forgot to restart the timer. We are not in the fourth quarter, we're in the third quarter. SGA up top being guarded by McDaniels, coming to his right. Gobert switches onto him again. SGA steps back for a three over Gobert, comes up short. Box out with Randall and Harnstein, and they call a foul on Randall. SGA has it up top. Coming to his left, out to Wallace, a bad pass. He's able to recover it. Driving it down against Randall, coming to his left. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Gobert, splashes it. Back up to 9, just like that. Minnesota not being able to take advantage of their opportunities, but Alexander Walker has checked in. He had a great first half. Let's see if he can continue it. Edwards dancing with it against Wallace, coming to his left, a pull-up three for Edwards. Can't get that one to go. Long rebound. Alexander Walker gets his fingertips on it, and Gobert gets fouled. Shot caller said T-Wolves can't get any rebounds. They're struggling. They're pretty good on the offensive glass right now. You know, attacking on the offensive glass. They're really struggling grabbing defensive rebounds, though. AB said, one thing, what's up, AP? One thing is for certain, the New York Knicks is guaranteed to win a championship this year. OB, the Knicks, the Wolves, yes, with Randall and DiVincenzo. I hard on the Thunder. I mean, I got to disagree on the Thunder one. Hartenstein's not a Knick. He'll never be once a Knick, always a Knick. Never in his life. He gave that up. He gave that up. Gobert knocks down both free throws. Nice. Nice of him. SGA gets it over to J-Dub, coming to his right off the Harnstein screen, snaking it back to his left. Alexander Walker staying in front, leans in, flips it above glass. He gets it to go. Alexander Walker coming to his right, a pull-up three. He's feeling it. Don't love that shot, but he knocked it down anyway. He's been fantastic tonight. He's now 4 for 4 from the three-point line. SGA driving it down out to J-Dub. He's going to pump fake, drive it in to the basket. Scoop play with the right hand, leaves it short. Alexander Walker with the rebound. Here comes Naj Reid. Reid, in and out dribble, blows past the defense in the lane, kicks it out, extra pass. McDaniels inside to Gobert. Gobert quickly puts it up, gets it to go. Over Harnstein's weak ass. Back to a 4-point game, but they can't get over the proverbial hump. Gotta take the lead. Gotta take the lead here. SJ up top, dancing with it against McDaniels. Swings over to Joe. Joe catches, pump fakes, drives it in. High floater, comes up short. Harnstein an offensive rebound, kicks it out to J-Dub, over to Wallace. He's going to pump fake, keeps it out to Joe. Good defense from the Wolves to recover. Joe one-on-one against Edwards here, crossing over. Step back, loses the handle, out of bounds. Back to the Timberwolves, excellent defense. Even though they didn't grab that initial defensive rebound, they regrouped, and they were able to cause a turnover. Edwards, Gobert, Naj Reid, McDaniels, Alexander Walker, all flying around and communicating properly. DiVincenzo's going to check in now. Caruso's at the scores table, but he's not in yet. Alexander Walker has it up top to get it over to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Wallace. He's coming to his left off the Gobert screen. Edwards swings it out. DiVincenzo wide open left corner three. Line it up, Devo. Line it up, brother. Love to see it. 1-point game. 1-point game. 8-0 run for the Timberwolves to get it to 1-1. SGA has it up top, being guarded by Edwards. Coming to his left off the screen. Hesitation move. Stop. Turn. Spin. Fall away jumper. Excellent. Contest. Didn't matter. SGA got it to go anyway. And Alexander Walker will bring it down. Alexander Walker coming to his left. Kicks it over to DiVincenzo. Same play, same spot, same shot, same result. Same result. Dante ties it up at 79. Now that's a Nick right there. That's a Nick. That other guy in OKC, he ain't doing it like Dante is. Excellent play call from the Timberwolves. They went to it 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row. And they're so concerned with Anthony Edwards that the little flare screen for Dante in the left corner gives them just enough space. And way to knock it down, man. Way to knock it down. Ties it at 79. Excited now. Now I'm excited. Now I'm excited. Mike said Wolves not playing defense either. They are playing defense, Mike. The Wolves are flying around defensively. They're playing excellent defense, actually. That great offense will be great defense every single time. Every single time. AB said, Dante is my boy. That was the most hurtful part of the season, losing him the game winner last year. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but you got to move on, man. You got to move on. Dante is now up to 13 points. He's 3 for 5 3-point range, knocked down 2 in a row. Alexander Walker is huge tonight. He has been huge tonight. 14 points off the bench, 5 for 6 from the field, and 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. That is by far the biggest number of the night. Overall, they're 12 for 25 from 3. Timberwolves are 12 for 28. So they're tied in the 3-point game. The Thunder have still shot 16 more shot attempts than the Timberwolves. They're losing the possession battle heavily. Reboundings are now tied. And they're losing the turnover battles pretty badly by 6 there. Offensive rebounds, they have 9 compared to the Thunder's 15. David, what's up, David? Minnesota is definitely a better team with Randle and Devo than with Towns. Thinking about it, maybe. It really only works if Edwards continues to take leaps. It really only works, David, if Anthony Edwards continues to take leaps, which feels like he's definitely going to continue to take leaps, right? That's what it definitely feels like. Maybe said any showed up and gave 7, unlike Isaiah Hartenstein. He showed up in Game 7 last year. Is that what you're trying to say? Maybe said I still think Julius Randle is going to Detroit. I don't see it. Unless it's a sign and trade, I don't see it. And I don't know why Minnesota would want to do the sign and trade. Obviously, if Randle wants to go, but he'd be giving up a lot of money. Detroit would have to offer him a lot of money. I don't think Detroit's in a situation where they want to offer a lot of money right now. I don't see it one bit. Not happening. I would be extremely surprised if that happened. SGA at the foul line, he's trying too much to foul Griff that he throws up a terrible shot, but the Timberwolves can't grab a rebound. It goes back to the Thunder. Caruso driving it down, loses the handle, out of bounds, staying with the Thunder. Caruso's got to get it in. They get it into Wallace. Wallace quickly shoots the midi. He gets it to go over Edwards. Minnesota, they tied it up, which is always difficult for a comeback run, but you have to take the lead. Alexander Walker gets it over to Reed. Reed over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo driving to his left. Down the lane. Gets it knocked out of his hands. DiVincenzo knocks it out. Reed able to pick it up. Shot clock winding down. Back to Devo. Chucks it up. And he doesn't get it off in time. It's a shot clock violation. You said, what kind of money do you think you would take away from Minnesota? That's why Cat was traded. Money. He's not getting $50 million a year like Cat did. I'll tell you that. SGA has it in the middle of the lane. Kicks it out to Caruso. Good recovery from the Timberwolves. They're forced to get it back out to SGA by the three-point line. SGA up top. Jab step. Pump fake. Driving to his left. Leans in. Kicks it over to Caruso. The last second. Left corner three for Caruso, and he splashes it. 25-26 chance was popping, my guy. The Cat, Rando, Devo turned out to be a great trade for both teams. Yeah, I think both teams are perfectly satisfied with where they are right now. Alexander Walker up top, coming to his right. Pump fakes, hit Edwards cut to the basket, goes hard, kicks it over to DiVincenzo, extra pass to Reed. Reed up top, Alexander Walker. He's hitting all of his threes tonight. First miss of the game, fight for the offensive rebound, and Naj Reed ends up with it. Out to DiVincenzo, inside pass to Gobert. Gets it taken right out of his hands by Cason Wallace. He's been a menace with his hands tonight, grabbing steal after steal. Lou Dort has it up top, attacking to his left, pulls it all the way back out to Wallace. Wallace out to Caruso. Caruso trying to get it to Edwards. Good ball denial from Edwards. Trying to get it to SGA. They finally get it to him. One-on-one against Alexander Walker. A pull-up three over him. Comes up short. Naj Reed rips down a defensive rebound. And a timeout from the Timberwolves. With 2:12 to go. Minnesota down by 5, 84-79. Closest they got was tying it up, but they never took the lead. AP said, yeah, that was an old school trade where you trade talent for talent. Yeah, talent for talent. Not a whole lot of picks involved. I think the Knicks gave up that Detroit heavily protected first-round pick, which, funnily enough, was going to convey this year because Detroit was good. But perfectly fine to trade that. Probably would have had more value if they knew Detroit was going to be good. Yeah, said Harnstein disappeared in game 6 and 7. Yeah. 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 25-26 says, I think whoever wins the Knicks Pacers series will win the title. Yeah, I hope the Knicks win the title. Because they're going to win that series, brother. They're going to win that series. They call it travel on Alexander Walker. I think that's a terrible call. I think it's a terrible call on Alexander Walker. I think that's a terrible call by Bill Kennedy. Gives the ball right back to OKC. Chet Holmgren has it up top. Naj Reid slips and falls. Chet Holmgren gets a wide open dunk out of a spin move. Now it's back up to 7. Like that. Just like that. You got to keep up or you're going to fall behind. Alexander Walker has it up top. Coming to his left off an Edwards screen. Spinning to his right. Down the lane. Spinning back to his left. Lefty layup. Gets it to go. Excellent move from Alexander Walker. He's been a stud tonight. He's been fantastic. SGA puts up a mid-range jumper. He gets it to go. He's begging for a foul call. They're not giving it to him. Edwards bringing it down. Coming to his right off a Randall screen. Double crossover. Has it up top. Dancing with it against Caruso. Swings it over to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. He swings through to his left all the way to the basket. Oh, my goodness. A lefty layup. Where's my foul call to? Right, Edwards? Where's the foul call to? Here comes SGA pushing the other way to 5-on-4 as Edwards hit the floor. And they call the offensive foul on SGA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's getting locked up by Alexander Walker. Locked up. Thanksgiving's going to be an awkward time for those two guys. Thanksgiving's going to be real awkward. Alexander Walker up top gets it over to Randall. Randall hands it off to Edwards. Edwards has been far more aggressive in this half, putting his head down and getting to the basket. It's what you need. What you need. Edwards attacking now. Down the lane. Draws the foul in case on Wallace. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. This is exactly what I was talking about in the first half. I don't care if they're double teaming you. I don't care if they have the best perimeter defenders on you. I don't care if they're hacking and wagging. You better put your head down and get to the basket. You got to go out swinging. Can't have no 2 field goal attempts in a half, man. That was pathetic. That was pathetic. Edwards knocks down the first one. 1 point to the wrong side. Mike said TNT hates the New York Knicks. TNT just isn't a fan of basketball that much, brother. I tell you guys all the time, watch TNT for the goofs and the gaffes and the funny stuff. Don't watch it for basketball stuff, dog. Just watch it to laugh. Edwards knocks down both free throws. It's back to a 1-possession game, 88-85. J-Dub will bring it down. Edwards will guard him. J-Dub up top, driving to his left. Now back to his right. Gets it over to Wallace. Wallace quick catch and fire over DiVincenzo. Well contested. He can't get it to go. Edwards with the rebound. Here comes Edwards bringing it down the other way against Caruso. Blows right past him. Driving it down the lane. Stops, kicks it out. Randall up top. He's going to put up the straightaway 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. DiVincenzo fighting for it. And SGA grabs it. SGA up top being guarded by Alexander Walker. In and out dribble, driving to his left, hesitation move, drives it down, puts it above glass, gets it to go. Gorgeous move from SGA there. Edwards flips it 3/4 court on the heave, and the end of the third quarter is a 5-point game, 90-85, y'all. 90-85. How we feeling about it? Minnesota has a chance. They've hung around all night. They've hung around all night. They haven't taken the lead. OKC has been in control majority of the game, if not the whole game. I'd say damn near the whole game. OKC's been in control. Minnesota's done a good job of hanging around. David, the footwork. Yeah, SGA's footwork is impeccable. Impeccable. Which is why I won't understand why he flops around the way he does, man. I won't understand why he does it. Too much, man. It's way too much. David said, can you wear the same white hat for tomorrow's game? Thinking about it. What am I going to wear for tomorrow? Yeah, I might. I might go back to the same outfit for tomorrow and then save the suits for MSG games. We might do that. We might do that. Yeah, we'll probably do that. We could do that, David. We could do that. Just for superstitious reasons. Just for superstitious reasons, we might do that. It just doesn't feel right wearing the suits for games in Indiana. For whatever reason, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the right thing to do. Yak said 5 points, very doable. It is, but it's hard to believe until you take a lead. SGA has 29 points, but a very inefficient 11 for 25. Alexander Walker's made it very difficult on him. Thunder overall have made it very difficult on him. I hate when ESPN goes to a commercial break. Then they come back and they say something along the lines like, now we're going into the fourth quarter, guys, of this very close game. Minnesota is down by 5, and we'll be right back. And it's like, you were just in a commercial. Why did you come back, tell us the obvious, and then go back to commercial breaks? Oh, man. The ESPN broadcast is awful. It is awful stuff, man. ESPN broadcasting is awful stuff. Yeah, I said, I can't believe you changed out of yesterday's outfit. What do you mean? Like, did I change out of it in general? What do you mean, Yak? 25-26 says, was Joker robbed of the MVP? No. Precedent says that SGA was the MVP this year, just based off of how the MVP has been awarded throughout the years. All right, here we go. We're back in, start of the fourth quarter. Alexander Walker bringing it down. Over to Reed. Reed down the lane. A two-handed slam from Naj Reed. Back to a three-point game, one possession. Here we go. Yak said, good luck. I got to shower, though, brother. I got to clean it. I got to iron it. Terrence Shannon Jr. starts the fourth quarter. Pivotal game for here, and they're going to trust the rookie. Okay. Out to Wallace. He's going to drive it to his left, kicks it out. To Kenrich Williams. He lost the handle. DiVincenzo knocks it out of his hands. Wallace gets it back over to Kenrich Williams with the shot clock winding down. He throws up a three way off. Loose ball. J-Dub picks it up, and he throws it up and in. These dang rebounds, man. OKC is dominating the offensive glass. Naj Reid has it up top to Alexander Walker. He's going to pump fake, drive it to his left, scoop layup, tough shot, can't get it to go. Randall an offensive rebound, pulling it out, pump fakes under the basket, shoves it over to the rookie. He gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Excellent cut from the rookie. Excellent pass from Randall. The rookie's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Shannon knocked down the first one. (25-26) said Joker had a better season statistically, but SGA was the leader of a historically great Thunder team. Depends on the statistics we want to look at. Depends. You could find statistics that say SGA had the more impressive statistic season. J-Dub kicking over to Holmgren for a 3. He knocks it down, man. He knocks it down. The rookie did knock down both free throws, but now Holmgren answers with a 3. Alexander Walker attacking to his left under the basket. Flips it up at the rim, and he gets it to go. Fancy maneuvering from Alexander Walker there. J-Dub has it up top against the rookie. Driving it down. Draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. David said, notice these coaches are going 8 to 9 deep. Well, they have 8 to 9 players that they trust, brother. They got 8 to 9 players that they trust. J-Dub knocks down the first one. Kinar said Shea was ahead in win shares per 48, and Jokic was ahead in WAR, BPM, and player efficiency rating. You can find stats that say SGA had the better season. You can find stats that say Joker had the better season. Alexander Walker bringing it down. Gets it over to Naj Reid. Reid hands it off to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo dancing with it, a straightaway 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Naj Reid an offensive rebound, though. Gonna pull it back out. Smart move. Smart move. Over to DiVincenzo. Swings it over to Alexander Walker. He's gonna fire 3. I don't like that shot. But when you're as hot as Alexander Walker, why not just chuck it up there? Why not? Contested 3 don't matter. I'm knocking it down. J-Dub crosses over to his right behind the back. Step back, fall away, midi 2. Gets it to go. DiVincenzo bringing it down. Gets it over to Reid. Reid with the pass fake over to Shannon. Shannon coming to his left. Kicks it over to Alexander Walker. Catches, pump fake, sidestep, right corner 3. Too long, can't get it to go. Randall battling for the rebound. Caruso knocks it out of the air. Now here comes J-Dub bringing it down the other way. J-Dub, left wing. He's feeling it. He's loose with his handle. Step back, right wing 3 for J-Dub. Well loose, well short, can't get it to go. Long rebound, knocked loose. And Naj Reid fouls Cason Wallace going for the loose ball. And again, these offensive rebounds, man. It's 99 to 94, 5-point game again. I would look to bring in Anthony Edwards very, very soon here. You know, I said they cannot corral a rebound. They cannot. They cannot right now. J-Dub up top, coming to his right, gets it over to Holmgren. Holmgren with the pass fake. Excellent defense from DiVincenzo. And then he knocks it out of his hands and picks his pocket. And they're pushing it down the other way over to Edwards, who's back into the game. Scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go. DiVincenzo ends up with it, and he lays it up and in. Here comes J-Dub. Bringing it down the other way. Dort is at the scorer's table. J-Dub crosses over to his right down the lane. Can't get it to go, but Chet Holmgren with a follow two-handed slam. Again, these offensive rebounds. OKC is just crashing the glass and getting easy baskets in front of it off of missed shots. DiVincenzo's going to dance with it with Holmgren on him. Leans in, steps back, kicks it over to Randall. Randall, left corner three, line it up. Can't get it to go, gets his own offensive rebound, goes to the basket, can't get the layup to go, and a foul by Holmgren. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mike said, Wright is quick and can shoot. He's an asset to the Knicks lineup. Yeah, we've been calling for DeLon Wright to play since the regular season, man, to take over the campaign role. We've been calling it since he got consistent minutes when Jalen Brunson went down. David said, Chet reminded me of a young KP. KP was a better perimeter player than Chet. And a little bit of a better defender. A little bit. They're about equal. Chet's a really good defender. Yeah. Chet is a better ball handler than KP was and is. Nick Yak said, Minnesota doesn't always go 9-man, hardly in games I've seen. Yeah, it depends on the matchup. In a situation where you're playing a deeper team that goes deeper into their bench and plays more guys, like you need to match them and be able to play more guys. Right? Similarly with the Knicks. The Knicks don't want to go 9-man deep, but going against this Pacers team, you need to be able to match it. Yak said Payne played himself out of the rotation. It's hard to say that. He did. It's hard to say that, though, because he's been playing himself out of the rotation majority of the year, and Tom Thibodeau kept him in the rotation. So. I said Chet is so skinny. He is really skinny. But the thing about being skinny in the NBA is, like, it's not about your arms. He needs to get a little bit stronger, but it's not about his arm strength. Right? He don't got to be in the gym curling. Got to do a little bit of that, sure. Got to get stronger, not necessarily bigger. But the thing that you need to get bigger in the NBA is your core and your legs, man. Your core and your legs. Yak said, right, look good, did what we needed. Yeah, we've been asking for DeLon Wright since the regular season. We know what he could do. And it's more than what campaign can give you. Campaign can give you one thing. That's energy and three-point shooting. That's it. That's all he can give you. DeLon Wright can give you multiple things. He can give you defense. He can give you three-point shooting. He can give you a calm veteran presence. There are fewer negatives with DeLon Wright's game and more positives. I just will never understand why Tom Thibodeau hung with campaign as long as he did. I said OG's got 2 tree trunks. Your legs are the most important part of you as a basketball player. You need your legs more than anything in a basketball game. If you've ever gone to the gym and played basketball all day, like, you'll, by the end of the day, you are no longer shooting jump shots, man. Your legs are so dead. Yeah, every shot you're shooting is short and whatnot. Like, your legs are everything to you in basketball. Successful challenge by the Thunder. Verticality for Chet Holmgren. Legal play. But the ball should go back to Minnesota because it's off of Chet Holmgren's head. Goes back to Minnesota. At least they get the ball back. They get it in the Randall. Over to DiVincenzo. Over to Edwards. Quickly attacking. Dort steps back for a left corner 3. Tough shot. Too long. Naj Reid the rebound, and he gets fouled by SGA's going to the foul line, 2 free throws. Neither of these teams can grab a rebound, man. Neither of these teams can grab a defensive rebound. It is offensive rebound after offensive rebound. This game may come down as to who the hell can grab a damn defensive rebound here, man. Naj Reid at the foul line knocks down the first one. McDaniels checks in for Randall. Naj Reid knocks down both. Holmgren and Harnstein on the bench. Randall on the bench. The lone traditional big out there is Naj Reid, and he's not a traditional big. J-Dub has it up top, being guarded by DiVincenzo. Dancing with it behind the back to his left, in the lane. Into Caruso, sneaks it in there, and a goaltend on Naj Reid. I don't know if Alex Caruso makes that. Maybe he does. That didn't look like that. That had a chance to come off, it looked like. Chet Holmgren's at the scores table. They get it over to Edwards, curling down the middle of the lane to the basket. Gets the righty layup to go. Beautiful finish from Anthony Edwards. Again, going to the rim. SGA has it up top. Coming to his left. Reid picks him up. SGA is going to dance with it. Step back, long two, well contested, didn't matter. SGA got it to go. Edwards bringing it down. Coming to his left off a McDaniels screen. They call an offensive foul, McDaniels, on an illegal screen. SGA is going to bring it down. Quick to his right. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it over to Holmgren at the last second. He's going to put up the straightaway three, and he's going to knock it down. Back up by 8 is Oklahoma City, and a timeout from Minnesota. David said SGA is a surgeon, so in control. Kinar said SGA is tough. He is, which is why it makes the fact that he flops as often as he does so infuriating to watch. Like, dude, just go get a bucket, man. You're so good. Why do I have to watch you flail around on the court and beg the ref for a foul call? Why do I have to watch that? Go get a basket. Fantastic Four commercial. Are we excited for this movie or not? Are we excited for Fantastic Four, or are we done with Marvel? I want to think this movie's going to be good. Eight-point lead for Oklahoma City. SGA is what? 30 points, right? Got a 30-point night. Oh, this is the previous game. I was like, why is that not updated? SGA with 31 and 8. 3 turnovers, 4 fouls. J-Dub with 26 and Chet Holmgren with 20. This is the killer right here, the Chet Holmgren game. 3 for 4 from three-point range. Even J-Dub being 4 for 7 from three-point range is the killer. Randall's 0 for 3, that sucks. McDaniels 1 for 4 sucks. And Edwards 0 for 4 sucks. Alexander Walker saved them with his three-point shooting tonight. By the way, he might be the kind of guy you got to close with, Chris Finch. You might want to put him back in the game. He's been the best player for your team tonight. He's got 21 points. Might want to get this guy back in the game. AB said my first Marvel superhero was Spider-Man. I think most people's was, right? One of the most popular superheroes in the world. Yak said they get so close and can't crack it. They can't. They can't, right? We talk about getting over that proverbial hump all the time in big comebacks. Talk about it all the time. They take a point away from OKC. They say one of those threes was a 2. Namar, what's up, Namar? Knicks need to get a win tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2526 said, how do you screw up Fantastic Four movie? It's literally the easiest film to make in the Marvel Universe. In the Marvel universe, it's not. Introducing anybody in the Marvel Universe sucks now. Because they should have reset it at some point. But, who knows, man? Just make a good movie. I don't even care about how interconnected everything is. I just want to see good movies again. AB said, I really hope the Knicks figure this puzzle out. OKC is probably going to be a dynasty. Low payroll and tons of picks. We'll see. We'll see. OKC is a smart market. I don't know if the owner is going to be super into paying heavily into the luxury tax. Probably will, but maybe won't. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. Holmgren's going to get a big old contract. SGA's already got a big old contract. J-Dub will get a big old contract. We'll see if they'll be able to keep the other guys around, like Lou Dort, Kason Wallace. They're on good, controllable contracts now, but Edwards down the lane, kicks it over to Alexander Walker. He misses a 3. But they call a foul on OKC. Oh, it's on Edwards. Not on OKC. They did take a point away from OKC. It's 107-100, so it's a 7-point lead now. J-Dub bringing it down. Hands it off to SGA. SGA coming to his right against Alexander Walker. Backing him down. This is the guy we asked to see in the game. He's in the game. They kick it out to Holmgren. He's going to fire another 3. He's been feeling it all night. Comes up well short on that, but the long rebound goes right out to Wallace, and he feeds Holmgren cutting down the middle of the lane all by himself. Nobody steps up to pick him up. Nobody's in the vicinity. He gets an easy 2-handed slam. Oof. Edwards a pull-up straightaway 3. He finally gets his first 3-point shot to go down to the night. It's a huge one. Good time to get one. Ikeni Robinson. What's up, Ikeni? My favorite is Hulk. And my other favorite is not a Marvel. I also like Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's Marvel. Ghost Rider's Marvel, brother. Alexander Walker driving it down the other way. Gets stripped by J-Dub after finally a good defensive stop. But knocked out of bounds. At least Minnesota will get the ball back here. Mike said X-Men all day. Haven't had a good X-Men movie in a while. Haven't had a good X-Men movie in a while, man. They get it into Gobert. Gobert up top to Alexander Walker. Over to DiVincenzo. Wide open right corner 3. Line it up. Line it up, Devo. Line it up, baby. Ikeni Robinson was popping, my guy. Was popping. SGA up top coming to his right. And a moving screen on Caruso. As Alexander Walker takes a little bit of a dive. Them acting classes are paying off for him. They just lose track of DiVincenzo, who sneaks out to the 3-point line in the right corner. They just lost track of him. Edwards bringing it down, coming to his left. Another pull-up 3. Is he feeling it like that? In and out, halfway down, battling on the glass. Caruso knocks it over to SGA. Who'll bring it down. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 3-point game. OKC has led majority of it. SGA fall away over his cousin. Splashes it. Splashes it time and time again. Those little mid-range fall-away jumpers, man. AB said Christopher Reeve Superman is my all-time favorite. It's a good one. A very good one. I love Superman too. Alexander Walker inside to Gobert, kicks it out. McDaniels, a wide open right corner 3. Excellent decision from Rudy Gobert, who had a wide open dunk in the lane, but he's like, we need 3s right now. Let me feed my fellas. Let me feed my guys. And McDaniels rewards them by knocking down the three. SGA up top, they show a little double team. They get it out to Holmgren. Holmgren almost loses the ball. Picks it back up inside to Caruso. Caruso reverse layup, gets it to go. Excellent cut from Caruso and great feed from Holmgren. Edwards up top, coming to his left off the Gobert screen. They show two. He's going to drive it down out to Alexander Walker. He's going to pump fake. He's going to drive it down in the middle of the lane, puts up a floater, gets blocked by Dort, and here comes SGA bringing it down the other way. SGA has it up top, being pressured by McDaniels. Gobert's going to switch on to SGA. SGA driving it in, steps back, crosses over to his left, stops, turn, slips, able to shovel it out to J-Dub for an open three, and he rattles it in. Wow, he got that pass through, and J-Dub knocked it down. And a timeout from Minnesota as they're now down back by 7. Huge, huge shots and playmaking from OKC here. That Thunder series did them well, man. It did them well. Mike said, where's Gobert in the offensive rebounding? I mean, Minnesota's doing a good job of knocking down shots right now, but on that last play where Alexander got blocked by Dort, he got blocked. So there wasn't really an opportunity for Gobert to battle on the glass for it. Avery said, who did the Knicks take instead of SGA in the draft? They took Kevin Knox. It was the Kevin Knox draft, which is the craziest draft for the Knicks. It's worse than the Ntilikina one. It's worse than any other draft they've ever had in history. Because in order to decide that we're going to draft Kevin Knox, they had to have scouted that Kentucky team. And the best player on that Kentucky team was not Kevin Knox. It was SGA. And the Knicks, who needed everything. Like, yeah, they needed a wing, but they needed a guard. They needed a big man. They needed it all. So they should have just took the best player. And the fact that you scouted Kentucky heavily, because we know this because they took Kevin Knox, who was on that Kentucky team. They watched that Kentucky team play, and they were like, yeah, that SGA kid is pretty good, but let's take Kevin Knox. Was crazy scouting. That's how poor their scouting department was back in the day. Here we go. We're back into it. Edwards driving it down, loses the handle on the ball. Caruso picks it up. Here comes SGA bringing it down. Backing him down. Pump fakes. Cross court. Over to Holmgren. Spins. Baseline. Kicks it out to Caruso. Inside to SGA. Little follow-away jumper over Gobert. Can't get it to go. And a loose ball foul on Chet Holmgren. Edwards has it up top against Dort. Coming to his left off the McDaniels screen. Get it over to McDaniels. McDaniels going to look to attack down the lane. Gets the layup to go. Good attack from McDaniels. Good mini Gortat screen from Rudy Gobert too. A little sneaky Gortat screen there. Hart said sickening drafting by the Knicks before Leon. Absolutely. Absolutely. SGA pull-up jumper gets fouled by Alexander Walker, and he's saying challenge that. He is saying challenge that. Yeah, it's a foul. Why would you challenge that? Alexander Walker, why would you challenge that? It's a foul. You snapped him on the wrist. I said, Lampy, Mustaf, Sweetney, Weiss. You don't even have to go that far back. But you could just look as SGA knocks down the first one. You could just look at the ones right before Leon arrived. Ntilikina, Kevin Knox. Who else did they draft? Porzingis, solid one. RJ, decent one. SGA knocked down both free throws. They kick it out. DiVincenzo wide open right corner 3. Knocks another one down. But they're trading baskets. They need defensive stops. It's a 4-point game. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Season on the line for Minnesota. You don't want to go down 3-1 here. J-Dub's going to dance with it against DiVincenzo. Coming to his left, driving it down. Little pull-up jumper. Rattles it in. Tough shot making from OKC here, man. DiVincenzo's going to bring it down. Hands it off to McDaniels. Hands it off to Edwards. Edwards dancing around a McDaniels screen. Get it over to McDaniels. Out to Alexander Walker. A left corner 3. He's been in fuego all night. That one halfway down. DiVincenzo an offensive rebound. They swing it over to Alexander Walker's going to drive it in. Lefty layup. Gets it to go. Beautiful driving layup. 120-116. SGA up top. 120 to go. SGA's dancing with it. 4-point game. You need to stop. You need to stop. J-Dub wide open on the left wing as he snuck over and he knocks it down, and that might be a dagger. That might be a dagger right there. Back up by 7. A little over a minute to go. Edwards rushing it down. Gets it over to Alexander Walker. They swing it around. Pass fake. Gets all the way to the basket. Righty layup. Gets it to go. Five-point game. 123-118. It's not impossible, but you need stops. You need stops. SGA up top. One-on-one. Stop. Turn. Fall away. His go-to. Can't get it to go. DiVincenzo chases down the rebound. Hit ahead to Edwards. Edwards got to bring it down. Come on, you got to rush it. Not rush it, but you got to get it down. You got to look to attack quickly. McDaniel's going to look to attack. Spins to his left to the basket. Lefty layup. Gets it blocked by Holmgren, and that might be it. SGA is going to bring it down the other way. You got to foul or force a turnover, and they foul him. Going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Are they in the bonus yet? They had a foul to give, so now they have to foul again. Caruso gets it into SGA, and they turn it over. Here comes Edwards bringing it down. Edwards, a straightaway 3. Comes up short. Dort can't grab the rebound. They kick it out. McDaniels, a left corner 3. He knocks it down. It's a 2-point game. 23 seconds to go. They get it into SGA. He's driving it down. They're playing it straight up, trying to force a turnover. Go for a steal. Go for a steal. Go for a steal. You don't have the clock on you. Wasting too much time. And Alexander Walker was saying, you got to come over and double. The shot clock is off. SGA at the foul line for 2 free throws. They're leading by 2. He can make this. He knocks down the first one. He's got to knock down this next one to make it a 4-point game. Randall's going to come back in for DiVincenzo. SGA knocks down both of them. It's a 4-point game. So highly unlikely for Minnesota to do this, but not impossible. Minnesota uses one of their 2 timeouts remaining, so now they have 1 timeout left. AP said, I can't see anyone beating OKC. This is, geez Louise, excuse me. This is their year. They make quick work out of you. Yeah, man, they got answers for pretty much everything, right? You play big, they got a double big with Hartenstein and Holmgren. You want to play small? We got big, small guys with Caruso and J-Dub and SGA are big. Lou Dort, Case and Wallace. You want to go deep? We got deep. We got guys off the bench we could bring off. We could dust off Kenrich Williams. We got Case on Wallace off the bench. We got Caruso off the bench. We got Isaiah Joe. Aaron Wiggins didn't even play here tonight. Could dust him off and bring him off the bench. Oh, you want to get into a three-point shootout? Cool. We'll throw in Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. SGA can knock down threes. Caruso can knock down threes. They got answers for everything. They got answers for everything. Dog catcher said Minnesota trying to conjure up 4-point play scenarios. You need as quick of a basket as you can get. Quick as a basket as you can get. If it's going to be a 2, let it be a 2. Kenny Robinson said, we need Giannis to get over the hump. I don't know who we need to trade, but I think he's the missing piece. We need a dog. You're trading everything for Giannis, brother, which is why they likely won't do it. They get it into DiVincenzo. He's going to quickly drive it to the basket. Blows the layup. Gobert, a tip. Can't get it to go, but gets the offensive rebound and put back at least. Gave 2 points to the wrong side. It's a 2-point game. Ooh, I did it again. It's a 2-point game. 125. Oh, my score is way off, y'all. My bad. My bad. 125, 123. Score was way off. Yak said, you've just seen Minnesota almost win after a horrible first half. But why did they play horrible in the first half, Yak? That's what OKC does to you. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Randall sold big time. 7 points in a pivotal game. Glad he's not here. But we have to do whatever it takes to bring Depot back. Forget Giannis. I'm with the forget Giannis vibes, but you also got to forget DiVincenzo, man. He's gone. He's gone. That's it. That's it. Stop thinking about the girl you broke up with. You got to move on, man. You got to move on. She's gone. She's gone. She was good to you. She was real good to you. You guys had a great relationship, and you didn't want to end it, but you had to end it. You had to. You just weren't right for each other at the time, you know? So you got to move on. AB said Knicks need to bench players that can defend. That's why last year's team was so good. I like defense. Yeah. Yeah. I think everybody likes defense, brother. Here we go. Here we go. Good ball denial. Good ball denial. OKC uses a timeout. That was OKC's last timeout. AB said Devo is a fan favorite. I think that's what it is. That's fine, man. But we're coming up on a year anniversary of him not being on the team anymore. Get over it. Get over it. Like, I get it. I entertained the idea first couple months of the season, first half of the season. Was like, yeah, man, I get it. I'm with you. I get it. I miss Devo too, and I still miss him. But I'm over it. I'm over it. He ain't never coming back. Not anytime soon. Yak said we're in the Eastern Conference Finals talking about next year trades. Trades are just a fun thing to talk about, Yak. They're just a fun thing to talk about for some people. You know, I said, come on, you always obsess on over the girl, especially the redhead. Fair. But you got to get over it, man. You do. You got to be able to move on. You never know when the next one's right in front of you. You never know when she's going to enter your life. You know, so you got to be ready for that. You can't keep harping over the past. Right? What if Pacom Dadier is the new Dante DiVincenzo and we just gotta open our eyes and wait for the moment? They get it into SGA, immediately gets fouled. He's gonna go to the foul line for the 2 free throws. SGA misses it. He made the first and then missed the second one. 3-point game with 8 seconds to go, y'all. You know, I said, yep, Bacon got to die there. Yak said, I understand OKC was league best team. I'm just saying OKC can be beat. They can definitely be beat. You can definitely be beat. I mean, Denver showed that. Denver was not a perfect matchup against them, and they sent them to 7. So, Shot Caller said we need Brunson to put the cape on tomorrow. It would be excellent to see it. It would be excellent to see it. Keenan Hart said, okay, an opening. Now that you have a chance. You have a chance. All you're asking for is a chance. It's all you can ask for. Just give me a chance to send this into overtime. Make or miss, give me a chance. Here we go. AB said Pac Gom is a good defensive player. For now. What happens when he becomes a consistent role player? And he's got to guard every night. What happens then? Here we go. Even Shinzo's going to inbound it. You get it in the Naj Reid, and they foul Naj Reid. They're not on the bonus yet? They had a foul to give? They had a foul to give, so another inbound opportunity for Minnesota. You get it in the Reid. Reid gets fouled. If you're a Reid, you got to quickly catch that and look to shoot it, brother. AP said Rokas. Rokas ain't coming back, brother. Or he ain't coming ever. Not at this point. I'd be very surprised to see Rokas come over. So Reid is at the foul line. Naj Reid knocks down the first one. Rudy Gobert is in the game. They might look to miss this. Got Randall and Gobert in the game. Does he look to make it or does he look to miss it? He made it. Get it into SGA quickly. And they foul him immediately. 6 seconds to go. Neither team have a timeout, so SGA's at the foul line for 2 more free throws. So SGA just previously missed the free throw. He's at the foul line for 2 here. Makes the first one. Gotta make this next one. SGA with 39. You can get the 40 ball here. Neither team with a timeout. So make or miss. Minnesota's got to rush it down the other way. SGA knocks down both. And this is a bad situation for Minnesota to be in because they got to go the full length of the court and not get fouled. Edwards is going to bring it down, and they foul him in the backcourt. So Edwards at the foul line for 2 free throws here. Now you make one, miss one. Look for the offensive rebound. 3.5 seconds to go. Chi said, I don't like that foul strategy. Crab just play straight up. I'm with you, Chi. It's smart to foul. Obviously, if you're looking to win a game, you have to do it. Edwards knocks down the first one. But I don't like it either. There's got to be some rule to regulate it. It takes away from awesome basketball at the end. So Rando and Gobert into the basket. Big man Jay Will is in the game for the first time. Hartenstein's in the game. J-Dub is in the game. Edwards at the foul line. Rando and Gobert at the lined up on the blocks. Edwards misses it. Long rebound. Loose ball. SGA picks it up. Throws it at the other end of the court. Out of bounds, but it should go back to OKC. They should put 0.5 on the clock. The fan is part of out of bounds. So when he touches it, they have 0.5, 0.6. Let's see what they put up on the clock. You know, Keno Hara says Minnesota is 0.1. They're going to put more time up on the clock. They're reviewing it now. You know, I said, I think OKC threw it out of bounds. I thought maybe, I think that was Naz Reid. I thought maybe it touched his fingertips or something, but. Referees are talking about it. They should put more time up on the clock. Let's see. Gonna put more time back on the clock. Looks like that's what they're signaling for. .3 on the clock. They have enough for a quick catch and shoot. They lob it up to nobody. Terrible pass from Randall. J-Dub picks it off, and that's the end of the game. And OKC wins it. OKC wins it. That was it. Ended up becoming a free throw battle. I hate the foul of 3 strategy. I think something the NBA has to look at is like it just takes away from the viewing experience of the game. Like it's obviously a smart play to do it, and if you're looking to win a basketball game, you should do it. But it just takes away from the enjoyment of it. Of a player like, all right, let's look to get a shot up. I think it under a minute, or maybe it should be under 30 seconds. That's what it should be. It should be super focused. A super focused a really focused rule. Under 30 seconds. If you intentionally foul, yeah, I don't even know how you phrase it, but there's smarter people than me who can figure it out. Anyway, kind of a underwhelming end to what was a pretty exciting game because of the fouling. But that's going to be it. We'll wrap it up there, y'all. We'll be back for the Knicks tomorrow. Right? It was what, 129, 126, something like that? They won by 3? No, 128, 126. So that's going to be it, y'all. Ikeni Robinson said, our Knicks are going to win tomorrow. I don't want to see the Pacers versus OKC. Knicks should win tomorrow, absolutely. Absolutely. AB said, no modifying the rules. Let the game play the way it's played. Well, they're not playing the game. They're just fouling each other and just like, you make free throws. Now you make free throws. Now you make free throws. They're actually not playing the game. It's also an entertainment product. So all of this fouling stuff is incredibly boring and anticlimactic to watch. This was a very fun, entertaining game that had an incredibly anticlimactic end. You just watched a bunch of teams shoot free throws to end it. Didn't get like any, oh, they're going to get the ball to this guy and he's going to look to make a play and, you know, he's going to look to get the, like, you don't have game winners anymore because all these dudes do is just foul at the end. Incredibly boring to watch. Have to modify the game in this situation. It sucks. It sucks. Julius had 5 points. Yeah, didn't do enough. Didn't do nearly enough. 1 for 7 from the field is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like I said, and that's the ball game. Knicks Nation, peace out. Yeah, appreciate everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow where hopefully the Knicks can tie it up at 2 games apiece, take both games in Indiana just as planned, and then we'll head back to the Garden tie it 2. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8. Thanks for hanging out with me. Akini Robinson, AP, Kinahara, Mike, K. Hazy, everybody else. Mark Gavin, Chi-Chi, Mike, 2526, Shot Callers. Appreciate everybody. Nick Yak, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock, usual time. You already know. Until then, I'm out. Good night, everybody. Remember, get a good night's sleep, brush your teeth before bed, and stay hydrated. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Bye!